This is Devious Dave Rose, professional pariah and all around asshole. And you are tuned in to the greatest, defending, undisputed video game collector on the planet. Casey is Raw.
The following announcement has been paid for by Casey is Raw.
Well, guys, my name is Casey is Raw, and today is Saturday is Raw, my birthday stream. Uh, Welcome everybody. We let's say hi to everyone. We've got Devious Dave Rose in the chat saying happy birthday. We've got my friend Charles from Video Game XD saying happy birthday. Thank you. And bam. Charles, I sent you the link on XDM, so that's where that is, I believe. I just sent it to you. So, yeah. So, I got a couple topics. When the Rose shows up, he has a couple topics. Couple things I like to talk about is what's on the thumbnail. Is not only it's my birthday, usually I'll do the Dark Side of the Ring reviews. We already have two of them. We have John Tentna or Earthquake back in the day in the WWF, and we got Buff Bagwell that just came out on Tuesday. So I think both was really good shows. I watched them on YouTube. John Tentna was not really a Dark Side of the Ring. The guy just had, died early in his life. I think he died in his early 40s, but it's not because he was overweight. He died because he was dealing with cancer. There was not anything really bad about him, so it wasn't one of those really bad Dark Side of the Rings like, oh, there's a huge scandal with this dude. This was actually nothing like that. And it's good change for once. I mean, John Tentna before he even got into wrestling, he was an actual sumo wrestler at one point. I think maybe a sumo wrestling champion. Then obviously came to the WWF, became Earthquake. Then he went to WCW as Avalanche. The thing is, and then eventually became the Shark because apparently the WWF can copyright all types of. Oh, we got Charles XT in the chat. No, I mean on the call. What's up, Charles?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, bro.
Oh, thank you, man. So, do you watch Dark Side of the Ring ever?
You know, actually, I've been sleeping on it a little bit, but last night, it was on Tubi, the free app Tubi, and I checked some episodes out because I've been sleeping on it. I watched the Macho Man one with Elizabeth. That was really good, and I watched Owen Hart. For some reason, I've been sleeping on it. I'm like, man, I gotta hit up this Dark Side of the Ring. I heard this shit's popping.
Oh, I've been loving the whole series. I've been watching every episode, especially after season 2. I think at least the 3 seasons are on Hulu right now, and season 4 might be on there. But I've been watching them release them on YouTube. I bought the seasons already, and
oh, that's sweet.
The first one for the first season 5 was John Tentna, who was Earthquake back in the WWF days. And like I said before you came on, it was actually not very controversial at all. The guy, there was nothing bad about him. He just had died early, not because he was overweight, because he died without cancer.
My favorite, to me, my opinion, my favorite was the New Jack one. The New Jack one was crazy. That was my favorite.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Oh my god, that's like up there as craziness. Like, oh my god, that was hardcore, especially when he was stabbing some dude at a indie show.
Yeah, they're saying he got away with it in court and he just walked off. Like, New Jack was nuts. I would not want to fuck with that dude in the ring.
You know what's crazy? I have a working theory about this. I think the show is actually kind of cursed because there's a lot of people who would show up on the show and very shortly they die. Like New Jack just passed away a couple years ago, right after his involvement on the Dark Side of the Ring. And then Road Warrior Animal died shortly after the Road Warriors episode. And I think there was a couple other ones. It's like really crazy. It's like almost, I feel like the show's cursed. It's kind of like the Madden curse, where if you're on the cover of Madden, that either something like you're going to be plagued with an injury or you're going to have a shit year. And I feel like it's that type of curse on it.
It's definitely a depressing show. I mean, I love documentaries, but it's called Dark Side of the Ring. It is depressing. It's dark. And I think that's why people tune in,
Oh, yeah. Well, Buff Bagwell episode was crazy, bro. It was like, apparently he grew up as a spoiled kid, pretty much. He, like, I think his parents gave him a Corvette to drive to high school. and I think his father was some type of car racer. I don't know if it. I don't think he was a NASCAR driver, but he was some famous driver. But um, hold on, I'm gonna shout out a couple people. We got BR in the chat saying happy birthday, and then we got Dave Rose kind of making fun of me, saying earthquake.
You know,
But
I've always loved Buff. You know, as a WCW kid growing up, him in the Wolfpack, him with Steiner. Like people give
yeah,
Buff Bagwell, people give this guy shit. Oh, he sucked. He wasn't that good. Dude, that guy was entertaining as shit. As a kid, I had a Buff Bagwell T-shirt. Like, come on. Obviously, that guy was selling merchandise.
yeah. Well, I think they reveal why he always wore long pants is that he said he couldn't ever uh, get his calf muscle to get big to the like he'll work out his calves and never could get strong in there or like huge muscles, so he got a calf implants, and apparently his those implants really hurt him really bad to the point where his body was starting to reject those implants. So the doctor told him, you keep those implants in there, they're gonna have to cut his legs off. I'm like, wow, really? To that point? Like implants can do that?
I don't know. Apparently, they can.
But I mean, you see, like he's always wearing long pants. He never wears trunks or like not saying I want to see people's legs, like dudes' legs. I mean, women, yeah, that's one thing. Like their booty shorts and stuff like that. But I never realized about that until I saw that episode. I was like, dude, he's always wearing pants. So, but one of the
See,
crazier.
I always thought he had an underrated theme song. Like to me, his theme song was up there with Shawn Michaels. Like I'm buff, I'm the stuff, and the girls. That was a great theme.
Yeah, I don't think he will ever been main eventer. Let's say if he ever actually stayed in the WWE, I wouldn't even see him go past the Intercontinental title. If he
No, honestly,
ever,
I guess he was more mid card, but I'm just saying his gimmick and theme song reminded me of like Shawn
yeah,
Michaels. It really did. It really did.
no, I agree. I see what you're talking about. But one of the crazier things on this episode, it was one of his buddies came into his house, and his mom, Judy Bagwell, I guess he had his family on salary, and one of the things they would do all types of jobs. And one of the crazier things they revealed on the show, I didn't hear about this. Apparently, it's more known than like I like watching shoot interviews, but apparently, this is gonna sound bad. He's in the bathroom with his mom. He's butt ass naked, and she literally. This is what the guy said. It makes me cringe saying this. He said that his mom got the skin of his dick, lifted his dick up, and to shave the guy's his buff balls. I'm like,
What the fuck? Wait, who said this?
it was one of his friends that he grew up with.
So
And it was on the show.
he
It
had
was
his
on,
mama he had his mama shaving his nuts.
yes. Yes.
Wow.
I I'm I don't care how much money I have in the bank. I'm not gonna say I don't even know how to approach my mom and ask that. It's like, hey, yo, mom, I got a problem.
That's some like
And
Alicia Silverstone shit
you
right there. That's some Alicia
could
Silverstone shit.
only uh, you can only solve this for me. I need you have to shave my balls too. Like I am paying you. I'm like, what the fuck? That really this is
Yeah.
like traumatizing to the point. It was kind of like when I was hearing about like to the point where where Vince McMahon that shit on this woman's head.
I
That's
I
the
just heard
kind of
Alicia
traumatizing
Silverstone
one
is
I
in
felt
that
when I
that
heard
weird
about that.
stuff. It's weird.
Oh, really? I would
Yeah,
never.
they're saying Alicia
I mean, Alicia.
Alicia Silverstone takes showers with her own kid and all this. It's weird.
What? Dude, I had a huge
Yeah.
crush on her when I was younger. But
So did I. Her as
not
Batgirl, I
that
had
was
a
the
huge
one.
crush. I don't look at her the same anymore.
I would go back to the movie Clueless. She was hot during that time too. I mean, she's older than I am, I believe. So I think she could have been in high school or right out of high school. I was still in school during that time frame.
Yeah, she's
But
she's into all that
oh
weird shit too.
my god,
She's into all that shit. It's weird.
why? I don't understand why people are into stupid shit like that.
I
But
don't know.
I was,
I don't know.
but But as Buff Bagwell, I was like, when I saw that episode, and that's something that just stuck out like a sore thumb to me. I was like, how could you let your mom do that? Like, I mean, how did your mom say, oh, that was okay? And I brought up, I was thinking on this too. It was like, hold on, why would his friend barge into not only his house, he walked right into his house and then walked right into his bathroom when he was in there with his mom. So that unless that bathroom door was wide open, why would he
Oh,
open
dude,
that
even
bathroom
Hogan,
door?
like Hogan is rubbing lotion on his daughter's ass. Years ago, I seen a picture. It was like TMZ's like rubbing up his daughter Hogan, Brooke. Is that her name, Brooke Hogan?
Yeah, yeah, that is pretty creepy when Hogan's doing that. What's up? Issues right now. So
Yeah, Hogan
so
was rubbing
if
up on his daughter in that. I don't know. I seen some photo years ago. It said he was rubbing lotion on her ass. I'm like, what the fuck?
no, I heard about that, dude. That's pretty fucked up. Like
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't do that to my daughter. I'm like okay, you can figure another, you know. That's that's just weird. I can understand. Hey, I can't reach the
Yeah.
back, like parts of my back. Like parts of my back I
Yeah.
can't reach, but my ass is something I can reach, or my legs, or wherever.
I mean, to be honest though, I
But
think the NWO
devious.
back to Buff really hyped up Buff Bagwell, NWO for me. Once he repped them colors, I thought he was doper. I'm not
Oh,
gonna lie.
dude, I agree. I mean, I don't think he would have been over if he was without NWO, but because of NWO. I mean, people wanted him in the WWF.
I just remember as a kid,
But
I never really cared
you
for
know,
him up
one
until
thing
I
I
seen him
thought
with the
I
NWO
wanted,
colors. Once he repped Wolfpack, I'm like, dude, this guy's awesome. So it helped. It definitely helped him.
you know what? Back in the I started watching wrestling in '98, so I think by that time he was already in NWO, maybe heading to NWO, but I believe he was. So I didn't see any of his early career, but um, uh, I just don't think he would have done very well in the WWF though. Like,
I remember when he first came to WWF, it was like '01. Pretty sure it was 2001, and
yeah,
he had that match with Booker T, and it was fucking terrible. I'm like, dude, like he is not doing good here.
you know, they were about that match. By the way, he was saying he was in the training, like one of the training rings, and he was talking to Shane Helms, and Shane both Buff and Shane was he gave a big lap to him, and then Shane turned around, took this big bottle of frozen water, like pretty much, like they said, it was just frozen ice. And he shattered it over Buff's head. He had staples in his head when he went into that match on Raw. So
I did hear about that. I heard about that in an
like he
interview
probably
that
shouldn't have.
Shane Helms, the Hurricane, fucked up his whole career or something. But it was Buff's fault, they said. So I don't know.
Mm. Well, yeah, I mean, if he first, I mean, like I think he would. I think they changed their mind on him because they could get over. I mean, WWE let some people shit slide all the time. I mean, dude, look at the Uzos where they have some one slap. Oh, you're fired.
See, that was disappointing for me
So
as a kid, though. Like, because I
I think it
wanted to
was
see
something else in
WCW
that,
guys
but
in the WWF. I wanted to see Buff and Sting, and like they would just they weren't there, or they disappeared, and like they weren't utilized. I'm like, dude, this what was the point of owning WCW? You're not even using any of these guys.
mhm.
Like, come on. I was like mad as a kid. Then I started missing WCW.
No, I agree. They really didn't utilize WCW. I mean, yeah, they got a few of the guys. I mean, if they would have waited a year, that whole invasion angle would have been a lot better. I mean, you would have the outsiders. You would have the whole trio of NWO in there. You would have Ric Flair, um, Eric Bischoff, Scott Steiner, and I think a couple other people I can't think of, but they would have some bigger names in the invasion angle uh than it happened. You know, they should have
Yeah,
just waited
the
a
only guys
year.
they really use decently, the only guys they use decently are like Goldberg, they use decent, Steiner they use decent, Booker
Mm,
T they use pretty great, and Rey Mysterio. Other than those guys,
yes.
I can't name a lot of WCW guys they used good. Like I can't name a lot.
No, I think that's about it. I mean, especially Booker T and Rey Mysterio's the top two. I mean, even DDP, like, dude, yeah, he won the European belt, and I think he only had one WrestleMania that he competed in. He showed up at WrestleMania 6 as a chauffeur for the Riverton Blues, but he only competed in one match at WrestleMania, and that was against Christian for, I think that was for the European belt, and I believe DDP retained. And
Even NWO didn't last for shit. They did the stint on Raw with the semi truck. That was awesome with Rock and Austin, and then they did Mania. But then next thing you know, they start doing matches on Sunday Night Heat with the Big Show, and they threw X-Pac in there, which it fit, but it was like, wow, they're doing matches on Sunday Night Heat now. This ain't NWO, and eventually it just died. I'm like, well, that was disappointing.
well, it was a couple of reasons. I know that I believe Nash got hurt, and then when Scott Hall got fired because the whole plane ride from hell thing happened, so you had to keep adding people to keep that NWO WWE version, keep that going, and it was.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I liked it. I like how they
the-
added Shawn. That was dope. They added Shawn and X-Pac, and it fit because they were all WCW, the Click and shit. X-Pac, Big Show, hell yeah. But like, I remember them doing matches on Sunday Night Heat. Like, why are they on Sunday Night Heat? What the fuck?
Well, I mean, for me during that time, well, maybe a little bit before that, Sunday Night Heat was as important as Monday Night Raw because Sunday Night Heat was hot at like in 98, 99, and even 2000. Heat was almost as important as Raw. And because I felt like it was the kickoff to Raw. But
yeah, some people really loved Sunday Night Heat, but I always thought it was like the jobber show. It was just an hour long on MTV and USA, and I always looked at it like just a show if you're bored to watch. Like I never took it serious or anything.
No, and that's kind of what they do nowadays. If they even have like Velocity, I don't even think Velocity.
I used to fucking love Velocity. Like I know it was like a Sunday Night Heat show, but
main event.
It was still fun to watch it on like a Saturday night.
See it. I kind of lost you for a second.
I said Velocity was just like Sunday Night Heat, but it was on a Saturday night.
Thunder. And yeah, I didn't really like it. It was like, ugh. By the time Velocity came in, that's when Sunday Night Heat started going downhill too. Like, the only times you really would watch Sunday Night Heat during that time frame is when they used Sunday Night Heat good pay-per-view, and that's one thing I really liked that the WWF was doing. That you were using Sunday Night Heat to go into the pay-per-view.
I did like Sunday Night Heat before pay-per-views. I'll say that. Before a pay-per-view, it would hype it up. I did like it that because like a pay-per-view was following it. I will say that.
I wish they would do that nowadays. That TV, huh?
I said I did like how it was before a pay-per-view. Those nights I would actually watch it more often.
Well, I'm pretty sure you. What kind of do you watch all types of wrestling? I know you're a big fan of AEW, like I am.
I grew up with WCW, WWF, later ECW, TNA. You know the main ones. That's what I grew up with. And then yeah, AEW is awesome. I watch it. I try to watch it every week.
Yeah, I'm in the same part. I like WCW. I love TNA back where oh gosh, the early days from I say 2004 to like 2009. Am I really lagging that bad? I'm being told I'm lagging really bad that I'm talking over you.
Yeah, it is lagging a lot. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's mine or if it's yours. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Or it could be StreamYard because StreamYard's a bad platform. Once I get a good computer and better internet, I'm gonna try to leave StreamYard because this thing is a fucking piece of shit. And I'm sick. I'm like, the only reason I like using it because it's like a idiot proof version of like OBS Skype kind of mix thing. So that's why I use it because it's easy to use.
To me, the best days of wrestling were the 80s all the way up to the mid early 2000s. Those were the best eras to me. I could watch that all day, all night. Like just going back and watching the old shit all day. Like it never gets old.
Oh, I agree. Like, especially, I mean, 80s are cool, but I would love to go back and watch the Attitude Era and even old school WCW.
Yeah, because that was my era, was Attitude and Ruthless Aggression. Those are my favorite eras. But I also really like the New Generation era. People shit on that era, but I actually thought the New Generation era was cool.
Well, that's what really started getting away from, everyone's got to be a bodybuilder just to get over. I mean, it's people like Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and like even Razor wasn't like, yeah, he was muscular, but he wasn't a bodybuilder. Like the only thing he was just tall.
Well, when
But
I got into wrestling was already through the Attitude era, and like I remember playing Royal Rumble and Raw on the Sega and Super Nintendo. I'm like, dude, what happened to this era? Like, I wanted to go back, and like this era seemed awesome because I missed it. I was too young, you know what I'm saying? So when I was playing Raw on Super Nintendo, I'm
yeah.
like, dude, this era looked badass. People are like, oh, that era sucked. I'm like, bullshit. This era looked dope.
Well, then you gotta remember back in the day, people said that the ruthless aggression era sucked, but there's a bunch of good uh, moments during the ruthless aggression era. I
Yeah,
gotta
people
shout
tell me
out.
that all the time. I stopped watching in '03. I stopped in '02. I'm like, dude, '03 SmackDown was like the dopest shit ever back then. It was so on fire. And they're like, no, it got shitty. I'm like, no, you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I guarantee it's because you know it wasn't as over anymore. I mean, after the Attitude Era, the popularity kind of spiked, and then it's just been going downhill ever since. Yeah, WWE's selling out shows. I honestly I don't know why they are doing that because I feel like AEW is having the better shows, and they're barely selling any seats than anything. But
Well, that's the thing. When WCW died, they made SmackDown and Raw their own brands, and they competed with each other within the company. So it was almost like, I'm not saying it's Monday Night War, but they were trying to outdo each other on SmackDown, and Raw hated SmackDown. It was cool back then, and you had much talent there. It was insane. Like '02 SmackDown and '03 Raw, that was some of the
mhm.
hottest years in wrestling. And people who stopped watching, I feel sorry for them. Like, dude, Ruthless Aggression was just as good as Attitude, if not better.
I wouldn't say better, but it's out there. I mean, but my opinion is objective. Like it's like if you liked it better, that's awesome. For me, I still preferred the Attitude Era, but I don't think it's. But it's just right above that. I mean, I would take Ruthless Aggression Era now than today's.
I think I love them. I love them both equally. Like my teenhood, that was Ruthless Aggression. So I got a lot of memories of my teenhood, but my childhood was Attitude Era. So it's like, but I remember more from Ruthless because I was a teenager during Ruthless. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I got a couple things I gotta do. First, I want to shout out a few people that was in the chat saying happy birthday and stuff. And then I got a special announcement. I got an exclusive thing that no one has announced this. But I'll tell you guys in a second. We got the deity in the chat saying happy birthday. We got Frank from the Harsh Truth. At least for maybe a couple hours, Frank. We got Mikhail.
What up, Mikhail?
Bam. And the Rose says, fuck my birthday. So prepare for this. I have exclusive news. This is WWE related. I got the new inductee to the Hall of Fame. No one has heard about this. This is brand new right off the wire. Get to load this. Jimmy
King, baby.
is being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. I feel like that is well deserved. I mean, he did so well in his career that they did Ready to Rumble.
Is that actually real? That ain't real, is it? Tell me that ain't real. Come on, that is not real. Let me finish these few beers here. Let me finish these few beers.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I stole this from. There's this YouTube channel called OSW. I guess it's called Old School Wrestling. And I saw that. It's like, oh, I gotta use this. I was like it looked like it's the real thing. They did a good work on that.
I'll tell you what, that guy is a great actor. That movie was. Some people shit on that movie, but I think that's one of the best wrestling movies ever. That movie had comedy, emotion, drama. That's a really good movie, Ready to Rumble.
It's a good movie. It's on YouTube for free, I believe. Yeah, I think it's on YouTube for free.
Honestly, like that's my favorite wrestling movie. It was more like comedy, but it had emotion, it had heart. You know, it had deep moments.
Yeah, true. Let's see what's here. I do have a couple other things to show. Rose says that he knows there's going to be an announcement sooner or later. Apparently, WWE has released 4 belts that are for to recognize the 40 years of WrestleMania. So each decade has a variant of the championship. They have the Wing Eagle belt for the Golden Era. They got Big Eagle for between WrestleMania 11 through 19. From 20 to 21 to 30, they have the spinner belt. And from 31 to 40, that hasn't even happened yet. They got today's version of the WWE Championship belt.
All right.
The worst one's got to be the spinner belt. Even though I like the spinner belt, I hate what they put in the plate. They have WrestleMania instead of the WWE logo. It just says WrestleMania.
That belt was whack back then. It's whack now. No, just no.
I I'm one of the people that actually I'm a fan of the spinner belt. The problem is I don't like the spinning plate. I prefer if it's stationary. Then I
Okay,
think
it fit John Cena, but like once everybody else had it, it's like why? Just to remind you of John Cena? Like no, like it was overused, overdone.
well, I think it was a good looking belt. I mean, the they eventually stopped it from spinning because by the time it was over with that, but I I think it's an underrated belt if you ask me. Like
The
like
guys in the back, from what I hear, that everybody in the back hated that belt. Like everybody thought it was a toy. It was like an insult to wrestling. That's what I heard.
I can see why. I mean, I'm sure they sold a bunch of them as a toy. And yeah, I heard Legends hated that belt. That was a disgrace. But
I mean, I liked the
when you
United
bring this
States
one up,
one. The
I
United
took
States
a
one to me was better. The US spinner was better to me. That one was pretty dope.
eh, I had to disagree. I prefer the WWE version, the WWE Championship than the United States
All right,
belt.
all right.
This is the Wing Eagle belt. This is actually a cool looking one right here. Like that looks hot actually. I
That looks
love
pretty
that.
sweet.
Yeah. Let's see. This is big. I think right here is Big Eagle. I don't have a really close look of it. I hate the cut of the leather.
See, I liked the Big Eagle. Some people shit on that belt. I actually liked that belt back then. That was one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, I love Big Eagle. I think it's hard between Wing Eagle or Big Eagle. Big Eagle's one of my favorites. I got also the current version of the WWE Championship. I'm trying to bring that up. There we go. That one actually looks pretty badass as well, right there. Definitely the spinner belt version is the worst. But I love
Yeah,
how
the modern one, it's not my favorite, the modern belt, but I still like it better than that spinner shit. I'll say that.
see, I know a lot of people are gonna hate this, but when they switched to the spinner belt, I was actually happier because I did not like the undisputed belt. To me, I didn't like it.
You didn't like the Undisputed? That's probably one of my favorites.
I was just not a fan. Because maybe it's because I just didn't like the undisputed championship.
The
But
Undisputed reminds
I
me of
hopefully soon
Eddie
we're gonna.
Guerrero. JBL held that belt. Eddie Guerrero, Brock Lesnar. I don't know. I have fond memories of the Undisputed. I got nostalgia for that one.
Yeah, I can see that. I once the Rose, I like to get his opinion. I was looking up belts, and WWE sells some cool versions of belts, and I know he's a big Yankees fan, so I would think he would like this. I'm not a baseball fan, but that looks freaking badass if I was a Yankees fan. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's the shape of what's the current championship, but I mean I think that's well made right there.
That's the Fred Durst belt right there. That's the Fred Durst belt.
The
Give
Fred,
Fred Durst that title.
what is he a big? Is he a Yankees fan?
Yeah, back in the day, you don't remember that? He wore the red NY hat. Remember that?
No,
I swear, he wore the
no,
NY. Fred Durst.
he probably did. I just don't remember it.
Oh, okay. I do because
I
I
don't
wanted to
have
be
the.
just like Fred Durst as a kid. I used to buy the hat just to look like Fred Durst. I was obsessed with Limp Bizkit.
Oh, see, the Rose made a comment. He says that he preferred oh, uh, on he prefers the NY. Trying to bring it up. I'm having a little problem. There we go. By the way, the middle of the belt is shaped like home plate. That's a great point. It does. It does look like home plate. I didn't think about that. That is a good point. But he says he prefers the NY logo over the hat ND with the bat logo. Oh, the hat with the bat on the logo. I like it. It's old school look. I think they did it perfectly for the Yankees bike. Oh, Yankees belts. God damn it. I swear I'm not drunk or on pills. I'm just but
I don't know.
one of
You
the
could give that belt to the Brooklyn Brawler. You could give it to him. Brooklyn Brawler versus Fred Durst.
yeah, yeah, there you go. Dude, I love the pinstripe leather though too. That is pretty badass. Oh, now the Rose says, now if only they can earn it by winning a fucking world championship, that would be nice. Yeah, they hadn't won the world championship for a long time now. But that's pretty badass. I was waiting for him to show up so I could show him this. I seen this a little bit beforehand, but because I like looking at belts. But
They should put it in the. Somebody should put that in the game. WWE 2K24. Somebody's got to upload that.
you know what? I wouldn't doubt. Well, people makes all types of belts in there. Like they would put AEW belts, TNA belts. I think the only time you would get in trouble if I think if you would make Chris Benoit in there. That's why I hear
Dude,
that.
the first thing I do is when I buy those games, that's everything I do first. I download all my guys, I download all my belts, all the arenas. I want everything all in one game, all in the package.
Oh yeah, like I'll definitely buy the package. I think it's the $5 deal where it unlocks everything. Like, yeah, I could do the freaking story mode and slowly unlock everything. Fuck that. I'll pay $5 to have it unlocked. And
See, I like to
then
have it like
I'll go
I
to
want
the
it to be
Creator
like the
Wrestler and
ultimate.
download.
I want the ultimate wrestling game. I want TNA in there. I want
Go
AEW,
ahead.
ECW. I want it the ultimate wrestling game. It's so fun doing that.
Well, I loved it back in the day. Like, no, it's kind of nowadays too, where like I used to play WrestleMania 2000 on N64, and I would make a WCW roster and an ECW roster. So, I mean, that was pretty cool back in the day. Yeah, now all you can. And what I loved was that I would go on the internet and it's like, hey, I want to make this guy. And it would tell you step by step how to build him. And it would get it close. But nowadays, you can get really close because, God, I mean, wasn't it? Gosh, I was trying to think what sport. I think it was football that they would actually take your face and put it on a player. I think it was Madden at one point. I don't even think they do that anymore.
Well, my copy of WrestleMania 2000, I uploaded mine because I got ECW, WWF guys and shit. I uploaded the capture of it, and it got almost 10, I think like 10,000 views or something crazy. That video I did.
No shit.
Yeah, we got
Wow.
a shit ton of views and subscribers from that WrestleMania 2000 video I did. Because I had like all the created guys and like, dude, this shit's dope. How did you do that? I'm like, I don't know. I just looked it up and did it myself.
That's what I did too. I looked it up on the internet and made it. Like,
Yep.
I might have to steal your idea. But because I still have my copy of WrestleMania 2000, and some people saying that I prefer WrestleMania 2000 over No Mercy, and I know that's sacrilege, but I prefer WrestleMania 2000.
Okay, me
I
and
don't
you
know
are the
why.
same then. I agree. We're the same because I think WrestleMania 2000 had the better entrances. They had longer entrances, and it didn't have that god awful diggity dogs. I hate that song. I never liked it. I thought WrestleMania 2000 had the better main menus.
Mm-hmm. And I think you probably agree. I think the best WCW game has got to be Revenge. WCW NWO Revenge.
Yeah,
I know that was
Revenge.
on
No,
N64.
Revenge, and NWO World Tour. Those were the best. But Mayhem was okay too. Mayhem was okay.
I think that was the down right after Mayhem. It was going downhill. It was like a lot of those other WCW games were crap. I mean,
Mayhem had a lot of going for it. It was unfinished. If it would have been fully finished, it could have been great. Mayhem. It was okay though. It could have been great though, but it was okay.
I'm shocked. TNA had their. I know they had their one game that was on consoles, and then they had a couple on handhelds and a couple on mobile, but they never had another one on consoles after the PS2, PS3 era.
Oh, TNA Impact. I
Like,
never fucked
but
with that game. That game's trash. TNA Impact. No, that's like Fight Forever. That's garbage.
I played Fight Forever. It's not bad. It's just
Fight Forever pissed
and
me off. I paid $60 for an unfinished game. For an unfinished game, 60 fucking dollars, and you're gonna give me GameCube quality. You're gonna give me WrestleMania 18 for the GameCube in 2024 here, 2020. No, I felt ripped off. I returned it the next day. I'm like, here, give me $30. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I just got rid of it.
honestly, I think the Rose. I could be wrong. I think he took the 2K. I think it was 23 or 22. Traded in and got Fight Forever, and he got a crazy amount of views for his short. I was like, okay, you traded in one game for another. I was like, well, I'm happy that you got great views, but I don't get it why it was so over.
Here's the thing. I thought Fight Forever was going to be the new No Mercy or Here Comes the Pain. I really thought it was going to be awesome. And it had some going for it. It kind of reminded me of the GameCube games, like Day of Reckoning. It did, but it's like it felt so unfinished. You couldn't like pick multiple attires. Like, are you kidding me? And the Creator Wrestler sucked. I'm like, the GameCube games have a better Creator Wrestler than this shit. Are you kidding me? I was just really disappointed.
After, well, maybe it's there's a reason why I didn't do more than a couple gameplays. I'm like, I didn't think it was really that bad, but they said when in the making that this was supposed to be like No Mercy. But I'm like, hold on, well, No Mercy had N64 graphics. So like, are we saying we're we're gonna intentionally make our graphics look like crap. Well,
Yeah, like here's the thing: No Mercy had more going for it. No Mercy had more creative character modes and shit, and more. It had more going for it, and that's like over a 20-year-old fucking game. Are you kidding me? Fight Forever was more on the
mhm.
level like Fight Forever was more like WrestleMania on the GameCube or something than
Oh.
Here Comes the Pain or No Mercy.
Well, I would
But
agree that
this shit was unfinished though. This shit was unfinished. The GameCube games were good. They were finished.
crazy that how long were they in making for that game? Was like 3-4 years or something. I mean,
I can't believe it because Ukes did it. Like, how does Ukes fuck this up? They have all this experience. They've been doing games since what, early 2000s, late 90s? How do you fuck that
mhm,
up?
mhm. I mean, I think sometimes like you see some of these like 2K that I believe they use the same engine over and over and over. It's kind of like how Madden. So they're like, hey, if it works, why remake the wheel? So I mean, you have to start a new engine and uh try it out, see if it works. And the Rose is right on this. The game was overhyped. I agree. It was definitely overhyped.
They shouldn't have been charging $60 for nowadays games are incomplete, and that's what people are pissed off about. It's like you're charging
Mhm.
me full price for incomplete fucking game. And now they're saying the game's dead. Fight Forever, it's supposed to be forever. No, the game's dead. Nobody's playing it. Like that shit is dead.
Well, do you think they'll make another one, or they'll pull a TNA and stop making games for it?
I think they should scrap it and start clean again. Get a new company. Hell, even EA Sports. I don't even like EA anymore, but they could probably do a better job than that fucking garbage.
Oh, I agree with that. The Rose says he thinks Omega had way too much to do with it, involvement in that area. He has no expertise in it. Well, we
All that
know
game did,
Kenny.
all it did was make me want to pop in a GameCube and play Day of Reckoning. That's all that game made me want to do. I just want to play Day of Reckoning over that.
Is Day
Like
of
it kind of
Reckoning is
reminded
the one where
it's the one on the GameCube. It reminded me of Day of Reckoning and WrestleMania on the Cube, and those were underrated. Those were really good games.
yeah.
But it felt like an unfinished version of that. I'm like, that's unacceptable to me. It's unacceptable.
No, I agree. Anything that ships out broken, that's bullshit because they're like, well, we could always put out a patch out later if it does really well, and if it just shits the bed and if it flops, fuck it, we'll just not put a patch out. I'm like,
Well, nowadays you can just download AEW shit in the 2K games, and you can make your own AEW video game. It's the same thing to me, and you got better controls, better graphics. So it's like, what's the point? You know?
mm-hmm. What system are you
Like
playing?
I can make my own
when?
AEW fucking video game.
Oh, I think I heard myself on your end for a second. But
I
what
play the
system
2K. I play 2K on Xbox One. I play it on PS4. I play it on both. Series X.
Okay.
I play it on that. Yep.
How are you liking the Series X? I was thinking about getting it. I got a PS5. Like,
I had a PlayStation 5. I got bored of it, sold it, needed money. You know how that goes. But then
yeah.
I got a Series S, which is just like the X, but it's digital. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll get this for now because I
Oh
want to play that
yeah.
new Metal. I want to play that new Metal Gear coming out, the new remake, and I'm like, man, I need a new system to play that new Metal Gear. So I got the Series S, and it's fast. It's just like the PS5. It's fast. It's dope. It's everything Xbox One is, but it's quicker load time. So I actually enjoy it for the price. It's a really good deal.
I was thinking about getting Series X. There was one local game store I go to. I picked up my PS5 from them. I think I picked up my PS5 for like 450, maybe 400. And they were selling a Series X for like 3 something. I was thinking about it, but I was like, until I get home internet, it's like there's no point because I would love to do Game Pass because I know Game Pass is where it's at. Like I mean that's where
It's
that's the
yeah, it's crazy now because you got Game Pass, you got PC Game Pass, you got Steam, you got the Switch, you got PlayStation 5. Like you can play so many games on all these consoles, and it's almost the same experience, honestly, nowadays.
Oh yeah, I mean, let me get your opinion. I brought this up to other people, some gamer YouTubers like the Rose, my buddy, Filthy Mouth Gamer. What do you see and how you feel about the future of gaming?
Now, are you talking the digital future?
Yeah, that's where we're heading
Man,
towards now.
it's hard because, I do it all, honestly. At first, I was against physical. But then, I'm like, man, they got so many deals now. Like every month they got all these fucking $4.99 deals, $6.99 on the Xbox store, the PlayStation store, and it's like, well, that's cool. At least they got like a clearance section now for us cheap asses. So I'm like, well, that's
Yeah.
cool. I don't have to pay full price for digital. So I don't mind digital as long as I'm not paying full price. If it's really cheap, I'm like, okay, well, that ain't too bad. But at the same time, I'm hearing Sony's taking away digital games away from people. They're losing their accounts. Their shit's getting wiped. So I'm like, see, at the end of the day, I think physical still overpowers the digital garbage. It really does.
Now, well, see, the thing is, ever since the Xbox One and PS4 era, it's not even really the game on the disc. It's just it has the download on it, and like it's the GIMP version. Let's say they stop have that the service for it, and the patches is gone. From now on, you're going to have the GIMP version of that game for that system for forever, unless someone puts out a patch. But,
yes, because see, some people think without the internet, the CDs won't even work. That's untrue because I've tested Xbox One games without the internet, and they still work. You're just get the original version. You ain't gonna get the updated version, but it's still gonna work though.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure it's the same thing with the current era, but I feel like this is going to be the last generation that's going to have physical. I mean, we're heading that anyways. I mean, they're making consoles that are digital only. Walmart, Best Buy are slowly phasing out physical copies, and the only places you could even get these physical copies anymore after that would be GameStop, if it's still there in a few years, or you gotta go on eBay or Amazon.
My opinion, I think they'll probably still do physical, but physical is going to be online only. You're going to have to order that online. That's what I think is going to happen.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea. I mean, it's almost like Amazon.
That's what I think is going to happen. But if this digital future doesn't plan out the way they want it to, because all this news about Sony taking away games from accounts, we could go backwards in time and people might want to start collecting physical again in later generations, just like vinyl. Vinyl's back in style. You know what I'm saying? Like we could go back and go backwards, and man, I missed the real thing, and people could change over time.
Some people are starting to go into VHS tapes now. Like, there's people collecting called tape heads. I think that's funny, tape heads. But
I guess I must be a tape head because I'm collecting VHS right now. Actually, yep.
I think it's badass. The only thing is, like, I wouldn't mind having the last VCR I had is when I brought it over here. I was gonna test the VCR, and it wasn't working because I was gonna play a system that actually used VHS tapes as games, and I was gonna do a gameplay of it. Oh, gameplay! Like, how could you play a game when it's on the fucking VHS tape? But
What's cool about VHS, you can get them for 25, 50 cents at thrift stores. You know what I mean? That's what's badass
yeah,
about that. And don't get me wrong, it looks terrible on a fucking modern TV, and you got the line. I think it's more of a nostalgia thing. I don't know why would anybody would want to watch VHS over a Blu-ray, but if you have nostalgia for the previews and the blurry lines,
oh,
it's more of a nostalgia thing, the VHS.
I agree. It's kind of like I remember Batman. I think it was Batman '89, where they were teasing Batman, but it was a Diet Coke commercial. It was before the movie started. I was like, "Oh, that's cool," and I would love to see that again. I mean, and I'm sure the only way I could ever watch it again, it's either watch it on tape or look it up on YouTube. But
Yeah, because when I was a kid, I hated previews. I'm like, man, I hate these previews. But like now that I'm older, I like going back. I actually like previews
mhm,
now in commercials, and I actually enjoy them. Like, because it's more of like a throwback. Like, oh, I remember this commercial. Hell yeah.
mhm. Oh, I agree. I mean, I would say modern. Well, I'm glad that you could skip through the ads or the trailers. I'm like, okay, good. And some of them, I don't even think they still do trailers and Blu-rays, do they?
They do, but it's not the same. You don't get that nostalgia part of it. Like coming to home video in 1998 on V. You don't get that anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, where you have like 20 minutes of trailers before the movie starts.
Yeah, or like now our feature presentation. Like you don't get that. You don't get that with the new
No,
shit.
I think it's good and bad because, like you said, I mean, back then you were fast forwarding through that stuff. Mhm. Like you're fast forwarding that on VHS tapes, but now you can just straight up skip it. I know early days on DVDs, there's sometimes you couldn't even skip the ads, so it was even worse. It was unskippable. I
Oh,
was
I
like,
hated that. I hated that when Blu-ray came out, you couldn't skip shit. That's why I never really got into Blu-ray like DVD. I always thought DVD was the superior format.
like I mean, I got several versions of ways to play Blu-rays right now. I mean, right now I can buy the Ultra 4K Blu-rays, wherever they call that now, because I got my PS5. But I have 4 systems hooked up that I can play Blu-rays right now or DVDs. So, like, I don't even think I even have a DVD player no more. There's no point when you have consoles that does it for you.
That is true because Blu-ray plays DVD, so it's like, what's the point? But I like that though. It's universal. It plays it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Have
is
you
is it
ever
just
heard?
me? Is it just me though, or do Blu-rays load way slower than DVDs? Like DVDs are pretty quick when you navigate through them. Blu-rays are so fucking slow.
I agree. I do think it is a little slower, but you're also getting better quality of picture. So there's a there's a double, that's a string or a catch, like that's a takeaway, like
I'm gonna say overall, like there's advantages to digital, there is, but physical, I mean, just the fact that it's on a disc, you ain't got to worry about the company taking it away, you know. But then there's advantages to digital because it's more convenient. You can just select it on the screen. You ain't got to pop the disc in. So it is. They both have their flaws and their positives.
Yeah, there's definitely a big negative. Like right now, I don't have the best internet, so anytime like my entertainment usually comes from watching just YouTube. Like I don't have cable no more because there's no point when you can have YouTube TV. So and I can utilize that better once I get better internet. But
oh yeah, nowadays all I watch is Pluto TV and Tubi, the free shit apps. Like cable's annoying.
Yeah. We got the Rose on the call.
What's up, shit sucker? Happy birthday, bitch.
Whoa. Well, thank you. I've never been called a dick sucker bitch for her birthday. I mean, that's a first. So how you doing, bro?
Doing all right. Fucking StreamYard. Let me tell you something, you cocksucking pieces of shit. Fix your fucking bullshit fucking shit ass app or fucking delete yourselves off the platform because your bullshit ass app does not let me log in with my YouTube account. So I had to go through Safari on my phone to be able to log in to get on this goddamn show.
Oh,
fuck you, StreamYard.
Shit.
There's a reason why I call you Shityard.
Shityard.
Shityard, that's a good one.
I like to get your opinion now, since you're on the show, about your New York Yankees belt.
I've seen it. I was watching.
Yeah, no, I want to get your opinion on here now.
Yeah, I like the belt. I wouldn't buy it. It's too expensive, but I like it.
Does it say 1903 on it?
That's
it almost
the team.
Looks like a from.
Yeah, that's the team's history. From 1903 to the present.
Oh, okay. I had to look closer. It almost said 1983 to me. It's like, why would they put that year up? But 1903 sound right. I think
they were known as the Highlanders back then. They weren't even the Yankees in 1903. But I think 1903 was also. I think 1903 was also the first year of the official World Series.
Wow. I did not know that. I mean, I played baseball, but I was never a big fan following it. But the only time I actually cared about watching it is when they were doing the home run race between Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa. That's the only time I cared about it.
I'll tell you what, the MLB the Show games are fun as shit. Those games are fun.
Yeah.
I never played. The only baseball game I ever played is on the NES, and it's RBI Baseball. After that, it's kind of like.
You guys hear me?
I hear.
Yeah.
I was saying, I don't know if my audio went through, but I was saying if you bought the Negro Leagues edition of MLB 24, that's what it's called. Casey, shut your mouth. They named it that, not me. If you bought the Negro Leagues edition of MLB 24, the show, it came out yesterday. Otherwise, you have to wait till Tuesday.
Say that again. I didn't hear clearly. What was it called?
Are you trying to get yourself in trouble?
No, I didn't hear it right.
It's called the Negro Leagues edition.
Oh, okay.
You know, after the Negro Leagues of, when baseball was segregated before Jackie Robinson put an end to that bullshit.
Oh my god, I can't believe that that's what they call it.
That's what they called it, bro. Look it up. I'm fucking serious as a heart attack.
Dude, I trust you. I trust it. It's just nowadays you figured they would be more careful with the way they say it, but I'm like,
Well,
mean,
it was called the Negro Leagues in baseball history, so they named it after what their history is.
that's true. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it made me laugh. I'm sorry. But
I want my Slugfest back. You guys remember Slugfest from Midway? I want that back.
I haven't played it, but I know what you're talking
the
about.
Rose.
You can beat the shit out of the
Rose-
players. Set your guy on fire and beat the shit out of the players. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it reminds me of
What?
the NFL Blitz games.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I love the NFL Blitz. Like especially
Yes.
in the art.
Slugfest is basically baseball version of Blitz.
Oh wow. I loved Blitz in the arcade. That was one of my favorite arcade sport games. That and NBA Jam, obviously.
NBA Jam, NHL Hits, Slugfest, all those are classics.
They don't even have anything like that nowadays, do they? I mean,
No.
I
No.
could be wrong.
No. They don't make games like that anymore. Too offensive.
No, yeah. But oh gosh, I mean nowadays like they don't even have arcades like that much. I mean they're few and far between unless you go to a Dave and Buster's or a barcade. Like there's, I'm sure
Well, nowadays
there's
you can buy your own arcade one up and mod it. That's what I did.
Casey got
Oh,
one of
yeah,
those. He
that's
knows.
Yeah, I got one that has over 800.
Why did you hit the
arcade
ball,
games.
you fucking moron?
He must be playing a game. Are you?
I am
are you-
I'm simulcasting along with you guys. I've been requested to play Rocket League, so that's what I'm playing tonight.
Rocket League?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. See, I tried that, and I can see why people like it. I just can't get used to it.
Oh shit! Oh shit! They're gonna fucking score. No! Look at that! Got a save. Beautiful.
I played it
Oh.
years ago, but I'm sure it's way updated now.
Not really.
Oh.
It's basically the same as from fucking. The game's almost 10 years old.
Is it really that old?
This
Yeah.
year, this July, would be 9 years old. 9-year anniversary.
No joke. I mean, well, it did came out for the PS4, so it makes sense. But it
I remember
doesn't feel
downloading it
that
the day the
old.
game came out. I remember downloading it the day it came out on PS Plus.
Wasn't it for free at that time?
For Plus members, it was. It's free for everybody now. They changed it to be free to play like Fortnite.
I think
Plus
that's
now
a smart
Rocket
move.
League is now or at least the racing portion of Rocket League, which they call Rocket Racing, is a part of inside the Fortnite game. So they have like a major collaboration between the two now.
Let me ask you a question. Can you get like Twisted Metal DLC in there? That would be cool. Like Twisted Metal cars?
Sweet Tooth is in the game, yes.
No way. That's dope.
Sweet Tooth, I believe, was in the game from the start, if I remember correctly.
I didn't know that.
Only
I
on the
love how-
PlayStation version, though. Just like in the Switch
Oh,
version,
wow.
you can get Mario, Luigi, and Metroid cars.
I love how they. I think that I bought the. Oh God, trying to think of the car's name, but it's the Back to the Future car.
The DeLorean,
Yeah, the DeLorean.
that's in
and
this
then
game too.
there. Yeah, that's why I bought that skin. I couldn't figure
Oh,
out.
baby, I got the tie score. Let's go.
What about the Batmobile? Batmobile in there?
Batmobile's
Oh,
in it.
no
Dom's
shit.
Charger from Fast and the Furious is in it. There's so many cars in this game. So
Oh,
many
which
different cars.
Batmobile? You gotta be more specific. Which
Well, I don't know.
Batmobile?
It's just called the fucking Batmobile, as far as I'm aware. I don't have
Wow.
it specifically, but I know it's in the game.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's got to be probably the Tumblr, the one from the Nolan Batmans. It's got to be that one. That's what I'm thinking. But for
That's
me,
actually
it's
cool.
gotta
That's
be
really
the-
cool.
I think that if they would have Batman, the Batmobile from '89, that would be badass. But for me, that's my Batmobile is the '89 Batmobile. But so I'm just curious, what's your topics that you bring up today, Rose?
Well, I have them on me, but obviously I'm in a game right now, so I can't get into them. But anyone who watched Less Than Serious last week, we started covering whether or not TikTok's going to get banned by the government. It was voted on by the House of Representatives, and the next step in TikTok's ban is now going to the Senate. So the bill to ban TikTok in the United States, unless the Chinese company sells it, has now taken the next step and reached the next stage of the government voting. So, but I got the full,
Wait a minute.
I
Banned
got the
for
full
what?
article. Just because it's an app run by owned and run based out of China, and there's like suspicions of basically they don't want the Chinese government like having an easy access to United States like general population's user data and stuff like that.
I'm
see
actually
that.
down for it. I'm not a fan of TikTok, so I'm actually down for that.
I'm not either, so I don't care if it gets banned one way or the other. But if it's a national security risk, I say get rid of it.
I agree. That's great.
Well, I
mean,
do.
now-
I do.
Like if it is
Nowadays, we
security-
got shorts on YouTube. We got shorts on YouTube and Facebook shorts. It was the same thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, we all got it because of how popular TikTok was when it first came out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, shoot, those shorts are getting like you push quick, like less than a minute short, like, and bam, you could do okay. Like every once in a while, I'll get 1,000 views. A lot of times they'll be like under 100, but it's nice to get nice thousands every once in a while.
I don't know.
But-
I do YouTube shorts with my Miku, my Hatsune Miku figures. I got MVP of the game, by the way. When I do shorts with those, I get usually between 1,000 to 2,000. The most I've gotten is like 2,600 with one of those figures. Although a couple of them recently have kind of bombed, which I'm a little disappointed in, but it is what it is. But I do have the article for the TikTok thing. The second article I was going to bring to the table tonight was NFL rule changes that were proposed by teams in the league.
Oh,
One of them
nice.
includes playing a 4th and 20 in replacing an onside kick attempt.
4th and 20. I gotta hear about that. But thank you, AJ. I appreciate that happy birthday comment. Thank you very much, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I do have the articles. I'm just in a game right now, so I can't bring them up. But I know you wanted to talk about Dark Side. I know you wanted to talk about Dark Side of the Ring, and from what I've heard, it doesn't sound like you've done that yet. So,
well, we kind of did.
story.
There's nothing much to review. The biggest thing when Charles showed up, I had to tell him about the biggest thing that Buff story revealed is when his buddy came into his house, caught him and his mother in the bathroom, where this is what his buddy said, that he lifted the skin of his dick up so he can
Yeah,
shave his
he's
Buff Bagwell's balls for him.
that's disgusting.
Yeah, like hold on. I mean, I can understand if you have your woman do that, but honestly, I'll do it myself. But I'm definitely not gonna ask my mom, like, hey, yo, mom, can you shave my balls for me?
Yeah, that shit's
Yeah,
weird.
Yeah.
That's too
No,
much.
I mean, so
Yeah.
go. Obviously, I never watched WCW like when it was live back then. So Judy Bagwell was just his kayfabe mom, right? Or was that
No,
his legitimate mother?
that is his legitimate mother.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh shit.
I
Oh
think it
no
was a
no no
friend of.
fuck.
I think his friend, who probably in wrestling, thought it was a good idea to use her of an angle, but they never talked about. See, I heard one of the reasons why Buff got fired in the WWF is that he had his mom called in for like that he needed to take time off instead of him.
I heard it's because that match with Booker T was so fucking bad that it killed all the plans Vince had for having Nitro on Mondays and SmackDown just be WWE's standalone show on Thursdays at the time. And I heard because that match with Bagwell and Booker T went over like a fucking wet fart in church, that Buff Bagwell was fired. And Booker T was also almost fired, but he basically begged to keep his job. Basically saying, put me in the ring with anyone else and I'll make that stink go away.
Capture.
Thankfully, Booker T proved himself
Oh,
to be correct.
You think they would have put Buff on SmackDown or something, you know? Put him on SmackDown.
Nah, I see him as a Raw talent, but the problem is, like, I think his ceiling was definitely would have been the Intercontinental title. Maybe a WWE Championship shot, but that would probably be it, you know? I mean, Scott Steiner only had 2 chances at the world title when he first came in. He never had a chance after that.
Yeah, I didn't care for Steiner. I didn't care for Steiner in WWF.
Well, I think when I watched those 2 matches he had with Triple H, I didn't think they were bad, but apparently they were so bad that
they weren't memorable. They were very, to me, it was forgettable. Like his shit with the NWO was way better.
I mean, honestly, one of the better things during that Rumble pay-per-view is when the person will not be named won the 2004 Royal Rumble. The one is now coined when someone gets in trouble. You've been Benoit. So anytime, like they were saying that Brock Lesnar's been Benoit and Vince McMahon has been Benoit.
Well, speaking of Lesnar, they're setting Triple H is working on bringing him back. So I guess Lesnar's involvement in that lawsuit is not as big of a deal as we initially thought.
Yeah, Lesnar got lucky.
Well, see, the thing is, there's
either that or Vince was just trying to freaking throw him under the bus.
Why would he do that, though? There's no point.
Because Vince pretty much fucking named his own fucking daughter in the lawsuit recently. Like the 12 executives or whatever have been revealed to have been a part of it or something, and Stephanie apparently was one of them.
No, the woman accused Vince named Stephanie eventually. They revealed the 4 executives. And I don't know all about. I know one of them is Nick Khan. I think it was executive number 1. Number 2 is someone else. Executive number 3 is Stephanie McMahon. Executive 4 is someone else. but I think it's more of that there was cover-ups. I'm like, I don't think this is gonna hurt Nick Khan to the
I
point.
think it will, because if he had any involvement in it, he could have did something to stop it, but he didn't.
The guy helped WWE make some big time. What was that?
Some fucking yak off talking on the fucking mic in Rocket League, and it's coming through my TV. I don't know how to mute my mute people on the game. Otherwise, I would just always auto mute people because that shit's annoying.
Okay. So, I don't see Nick Khan getting in trouble for this because one, the guy's the
Fuck
CEO.
you, you fucking piece of dick. Fuck.
Come on, Rose.
I lost.
John Cena's lucky he's not involved because it wasn't John Cena boys with Vince like forever, you know.
Well, yeah, there's Cena even had a Pete like a political.
Casey, I'm hearing that Discord sound again, bro. Where the fuck's it coming from?
I don't know.
I heard it last week too. It drove us nuts. Remember?
Yeah.
Like
Go ahead,
Vince
Carl.
is like Dr. Dre and Cena's Eminem. Like they're like tight, you know what I mean? He's lucky he doesn't have any involvement in it.
Dude, if Cena had any involvement in this thing, man, his career would be over on all fronts.
No, I
Wrestling, acting, he would be fucked. Same thing with The Rock. Same thing with The Rock.
Oh, they would be done, but they'd be like done like.
Luckily, The Rock really wasn't around in the WWE when this shit happened because I wouldn't be surprised if his fucking name wasn't thrown through the fucking mud over this.
But let's say if they did, they're like, okay, I could retire now. Like they have all of them have enough money to retire forever. Like so, like the only thing that's gonna make him look bad is their legacy be tarnished. I mean,
well, yeah, because like your legacy's tarnished. You gotta deal with the shame and guilt, people, and it sucks.
I mean, I don't even think WWE's going to even mention Vince anymore, or at least not immediately.
Well, you're the one who told me, and I already had known it at this time, Casey. But his face was blurred out in whatever scenes that he was involved in with the WWE 24 showcase mode.
No shit, they blur Vince's face.
I'm pretty sure you.
I'm pretty sure
you tried telling me that, and I'm like, yeah, I already knew.
No,
maybe it was Kratos.
He Chris Benoit himself from his own company. Like, how does that even happen? For real. How the fuck does that happen?
Look at what Vince done. I mean, it just finally caught up to him. It was the right whistleblower finally pulled through. I mean,
for what? For what though, pussy? Like, dude, you're a millionaire. You're a billionaire. You can get any girl. Why? That's stupid.
You must be some type of sex addict to do that because, I mean, I can understand. No, I'm not gonna. I can understand this, but like someone having like crazy kinky sex, but when you're to the point where you're having a threesome with another executive, and not only that, oh God, when you shit on
it's
the
like
head.
Who was it? Fucking Ron Jeremy did that to himself. Fucked himself over.
You know, I don't understand these guys, and I'm not just talking about celebrities like the fucking Page situation and now this one. I don't understand. Especially, I mean, the porn industry, I guess, is one thing. Is you're getting paid probably a lot to do that shit. But I don't understand how any average guy or any guy in general would want to have a threesome with one girl and have another dick involved.
That's what I'm thinking. Unless you're bisexual, I mean, nothing wrong with that. But honestly, let's say
I
I'm
don't
with
think I would be able to stay. I don't think I'd be able to stay hard to fucking watching another guy's dick flopping around in one of her fucking holes. I don't think so. I don't think I would. I don't think I would fucking enjoy that at all.
Well, I'm thinking for me, it would be weird. I'm like, how do you approach, like, unless this woman says, "Hey, I got a thing for your friend," like, 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 I'm not gonna go to my friend and say, "Hey, my girl has a crush on you, so we decided to bring you in. Would you be down for a threesome?" Like, plus, I like to do my signature on her when I'm done. I call it I shit on her head when I'm done. That's my fatality on her.
Not even
Honestly,
finishing.
nothing
Like they did it
surprises
and
me
they kept
anymore.
on going. Like they did it and kept on going. That was even worse. That's even more disgusting.
In
Go ahead, Charles.
2024, nothing surprises me anymore. In 2024, I've heard of some
No,
fucked up shit.
I agree
Oh
there.
no!
It doesn't shock me.
Like,
It's like,
well, it. I agree. It doesn't shock me anymore. Oh, Ryan the Hill came in and said happy birthday, but TSS just got in as we were talking about this, and TSS says, WTF, Casey, I just got here. So I assume he just heard about me saying the whole that shitting on your head is my finisher. But no, see, the thing
No
is,
wonder why Melissa
what
left you.
I heard
I
through the
guess she's not that
lawsuit is
kind of
that
girl.
when he was done, now Vince was. Oh God, no! I don't do anything like that. But no,
What's up,
I'm
TSS?
saying if I was Vince, that would be how I would say it. But no,
I never understood the whole like pee poop thing. I never understood that. Like,
I
people
don't understand it either. It's fucking gross. You
like,
fucking bitch.
that would make three of us because I don't get it either. Like,
Cum play is one thing, but pee and poo, no.
like y'all into some freaky shit. That's some freaky shit. That's all I gotta say.
like, I mean,
What are you backing up for, you idiot? Look, you just cost us the fucking game, you asshole.
so for me, I'm like kind of like it must be like he's so much of a sex addict that he can't just get aroused for normal sex, so he has to have something crazy. Like, but I'm always hearing that Vince is all about toilet humor. So, and then you hear that he calls dildos under wrestler's name, and I made a point where he said there's in the lawsuit. She said he would use 3 black dildos. So it was like, all right, I guess I assume that's supposed to be the New Day. Like, I mean, what other group was?
I feel sorry for his I feel sorry for his future Dark Side of the Ring episode for Vince. I feel sorry for him.
Oh God, you know damn well that's coming down the pipeline.
Oh yeah. Oh my God,
that's just gonna be fucked up.
That's gotta be more than just one episode. Benoit can get 2 episodes.
That could be an entire season in itself.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a great idea. The whole season is a Vince Dark Side of the Ring. I love that. Like, I mean, think about it.
No, for that season alone, they could call it the Dark Side of Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
or
the dark
least
side
the dark
of shit.
side of WWE.
The dark side of shit.
Dark side of shit. Well, I mean, you hear about the early days of when Vince took over with the Pat Patterson and those other 2 people. I think it's Garrett, was it Terry Garvin and Mel Mel something. I don't want to say Mel Brooks because that's not right. Mel something that it was about they were having sex with underage kids that like oh my god like it made all of them resign, but for some reason they brought back Pat Patterson. So maybe the charges on Pat Patterson didn't stick, and he know Pat Patterson had a great mind, but like gosh, I mean,
Hey Casey, I gotta get going, man. I got my
I
show coming up.
I appreciate you coming by, bro. It was fun.
Yeah, I got my
You
power
got
cast in an hour. I gotta get prepared for this shit.
well, I appreciate you coming by. You need to come by more often. It was fun.
Hell yeah, dude. I don't always have the
You,
time, but when I do get the time, I love hopping on.
alrighty, you take it easy, bro.
Have a good one, Rose and Casey. Peace.
See you later.
See you, man. Dark TSS Dark Side of Gaming. Oh, what? Why did he get rid of it? Dark Side of Gaming. Casey is Raw episode would be at least a 3-part series. Oh god, I would love.
It would
You know
expose him
what,
about
TSS?
how he. It would expose him on how he plays video games, is fucking naked in the tub, and puts peanut butter on his balls for his dog, and
Oh,
God knows
come
what else.
on. I mean playing video games in the tub. Yes, I mean what's the good thing about the Switch. I mean, you can play the Switch anywhere, but I mean that is just something cool to do. But oh come on! But I challenge TSS to do a 3-part, or at least one. I'll give you challenge to do one episode of Dark Side of Gaming of
There
KC.
goes that fucking Discord
I'd
alert
love
again.
to see that.
Every time I hear that, I keep looking
I
at my
don't
Discord
even-
because I'm waiting for someone to fucking answer one of my messages.
I don't think it's that bad.
It's not that loud, but it's loud
I don't
enough to
even-
hear, and it's distracting. Especially when I'm waiting for a message right
if
now,
you-
too.
Well, every time you say it, I don't realize it until after you say it because it's very faint.
Yeah, like I
But,
said, it's not that loud, but it's just enough that I can hear it. And because I'm waiting for a message on Discord right now, too, so.
Because my Discord's not opened. Costanza says I hadn't seen AJ in a hot minute. AJ is with Mikkel. They're doing their deal. So I think AJ doesn't do as much shows anymore. I mean, I didn't banish him. He just seems like he wants to do Mikkel more often. More power for those guys. I mean, I'm not gonna shoot those guys away. Tia says all I need is Jericho to do the commentary for the episode.
You don't even need him. Just fucking put his voice into an AI fucking generator. That's what everybody does these days.
That is a great point from the Rose. That is a great point. There's no reason that no, you can't do it now, TSS. That is a great point. Oh, but yeah, like I was watching Earthquake, Dark Side of the Ring. It was at the least controversial version. I mean, there's nothing really dark about it. I brought this up earlier saying he didn't even die because of him being overweight. He died because he had cancer. He beat cancer once. Then cancer came back. and got him the second time around, sadly. But no one had no bad words about John Tetna at all.
Tetna, huh?
So
Tetna shot? You mean John Tenta?
Tenta. Okay. But Buff Bagwell, oh my god, that was a crazy episode. The one thing I was looking for them to talk about is the whole thing they were saying between. I heard that he had his mom call the WWF because he needed to take some time off, and they didn't talk about that. I was kind of disappointed that they didn't talk. They might have, because I'm sure there's so much footage that got cut out. But I think I was traumatized when I heard about his mom lifting his dick and shaving his balls.
Ugh.
Even though I don't see the point, because like he was wearing long pants as wrestler, unless it's for the woman, but like I wouldn't have my mom do that. I would have someone else do that if
I don't know what
if I
year
did
that was, but I guess they didn't have manscapes back then.
Well,
Otherwise, he
even
could have done it
that,
himself.
he could have done it himself if he wanted to. Like you'd use a shaver, but I don't know. My mom would be the last option on the planet I would ask. Yeah, now I heard it because of you saying that.
I didn't hear it that time.
But nah, like I can't wait to watch more of these Dark Side of the Ring. I probably will do separate review episodes of those as well. But I just didn't. I usually do separate reviews of them, and I used to do it while driving. And now I prefer, if I'm going to do a review of something, I prefer being home. It'll look better than me driving and reviewing it. So I'll probably do a reviews of those episodes. And I think they really do need to do a full season of Vince McMahon.
I mean, that guy's got enough. Yeah, he's got enough skeletons in his closet. They could get a whole fucking season out of his ass.
Yeah, and it'll be a long season too, because I mean, all the crazy shit you hear, I'm like, oh my gosh, especially nowadays with this lawsuit that came out about it. Hold on, let's see. TSS said, I don't know anything about that. I would have to research how to do that. Oh, I assume he's talking about AI stuff. Because also that episode was just 30 minutes out of contact clips of you saying wild shit. Yeah, I mean, you would have to go through all the derailed clips and all the crazy shit I said here and on the less than serious.
Yeah, like when he said the N-word at the end of my show last month.
Well, granted, I did just say N-word. I didn't say the actual N-word. So, like, I'll never try to say that on screen. And I don't say that. We make the joke with Mikkel about, hey, Mikkel, say Snickers. But I'm not. I don't like saying the word out loud
We tied the game,
But-
baby, from 5-0 to 5-5 with 3 seconds left. Let's go. 5 goals in under a minute. Shame on that other team. You suck.
You got True Capture says, Rose, do you get copyright of Casey's mistakes?
I don't 100% think I understand what he means by that, but
I assume if I copyright my mistakes on your streams, I don't know.
it's
I
like-
can't. TSS says I can't even do that because didn't you say, Rose, that yeah, I did say Drew. He didn't get rid of they've been all private and they're not on Patreon.
he got rid of the page. Yeah, he got rid of the Patreon completely.
I'm shocked. I mean, granted, I think it's the noble thing to do. But honestly, I don't know why he don't keep it up because one, he's having a following now. He's having a bigger viewership than ever since being on a gaming channel.
Well, that's because he's doing that. He's with that OCRP group, and they have like tens of thousands of viewers. So some of them are flocked over to him now.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm happy for Drew. I mean, Drew captures. So Drew's finally done of the show completely. Well, as the
You're just wait. You're just hearing about this now, Tour Capture? Dude, he quit a year and a half ago. Are those kids?
That's what I'm saying.
Casey,
Those
get
are
those
my
kids out.
Neighbors.
Casey's
dude.
got kids in his closet again. What the fuck? And they're actually, you can hear them this time. Casey, you're gonna end up in prison, man.
Dude, my headphones are usually pretty good and stuff up, but I was like, a lot of times when Duke starts growling, I don't hear why, but I heard that pretty good. I was like, wow.
Dude, your
No, those are
microphone
my
is picking it up.
neighbors. Dude, my neighbors, they're nosy motherfuckers. You can hear them. And they stomp all over the place. They woke my ass up this morning because stomping.
Yeah, not only
But
are they
no,
loud, dude,
that-
you can fucking your microphone's picking that noise up, those kids, and that's not a good sound. With the whining or whatever, because it makes it sound like it's coming from you.
Well, technically it was from my end, but you know, it's my neighbors. So
That is some shitty fucking. Those walls must be paper fucking thin for your microphone to pick up their kids from a fucking upstairs fucking apartment.
I think they were out. They are outside.
Oh, okay, that's different then. That'd be easy. You must have a window open or something then.
No, just I don't think I have the best door. Let's say that. I probably because I'm sure that was happening because they were going upstairs, so they were probably right outside my door. So, but going back, yeah, Drew's been done with Derail for over 2 years now.
No, it's been a year and a half. October of 2022 would be 2 years. October this year would be 2 years.
But it sucks. I wish we would at least do it like weekly still, kind of, or at least bi-weekly. Because it was still
And he's
fun.
he only brought the show back one time since disbanding it too, for the anniversary show, and that was it in July
Yeah.
of last year.
I thought maybe when we did that, that would kind of make him get the bug. for him to do it again. But if he's happy doing what he's doing, I'm happy for him. I'm still a friend of him. I'll still watch his show every once in a while. A lot of times it's funny as hell, especially when he's doing a character. It's funny.
Especially when one's based on you.
So, the Robbie, but I think my new favorite is the old man he does. Like, he drives around in like a slow, really old vehicle, and anytime he'll call them hooligans, and he'll jump out of his car and shoot at their tires.
Did I lose you, Casey?
No.
But I think I lost him. I have to get back. I might have
What?
to reset the thing here.
I hear you. You can't hear me. Uh-oh. There goes the rose. So, you got right there. Tour capture says, no, Rose. I know. Just it's sad that I heard that. Oh, just lost the rose again. Oh God, damn! I'm having the farts right now. No, the rose I knew. Just it's sad that it hurt everyone, but I know it's because of trolls. I'm not a troll, guys. I just like chat shit about Casey. See, the thing is, I know you're kidding, but I appreciate coming by Tour Capture. So, I think the Rose is restarting, so I'll give him a few minutes. There potentially could be a couple other people, but some of the other topics I already done. But you'll be back? Okay, cool. While I'm waiting for the Rose, I'm gonna show off some of the stuff done recently. I released this one yesterday. Is the NES versus Atari 7800 of Miss Pac-Man. This one's doing good. It's the Nintendo Famicom Punch Out Gold Cartridge Edition. That's doing good. All same thing as this one is Ghostbusters on the Atari 2600. That's doing good. We got the Rose back.
StreamYard, shityard, you are the biggest piece of fucking shit. Fucking platform I've ever used. My freaking alarm went off to let me, to remind me to take my freaking nightly pill. And I fucking lost all the audio. I lost all the fucking audio because of my alarm. So I had to reset.
Yeah.
I had to refresh fucking shityard. So then when I got back on here, it connected me on here. I heard you for like a half a second, and then fucking shityard kicked me off, and it made me re-sign in all over again.
Yeah, I saw it. Like, you came, and I was about to click you on, and it was gone.
Yeah, I heard your voice for like a half a second. I think I heard you say one. I heard you say like one word, and that was it. And then I had to re-sign in.
Another game I did is Tapper for the Atari 2600. Is Root Bear Tapper actually, but it's called Tapper. And I got King Kong for the Atari 2600. And I thought this game is rare, but not that expensive though either. King Kong is a ripoff of
Donkey Kong. I'm gonna grab a drink.
Yeah, it's a ripoff. My pill. You know what? That doesn't sound a half bad idea. I am a little parched. I'm gonna get a quick drink.
Dude. I got me some fucking. I got me some Starry, aka formerly known as Sierra Mist.
So we're gonna take a quick breather while we get a drink. So let me play you guys some WCW NWO music. If it'll come up. If not, I'll be right back anyway. I need to get a drink. And I'm back, and it sounds like he's back too. I was just grabbed a quick drink. So, but let's see what else I got. I think that's the last bit of YouTube I showed off that I put out.
Oh God,
recently.
that's
And I
nasty.
like to show. What?
Excuse me. I'm over here trying to freaking play my fucking match over here. I got my freaking pill in my mouth and it's like dissolving with the saliva on my tongue. It's fucking gross, and I'm trying to pop my drink open and play with fucking one hand. I finally was able to swallow my pill with my drink. It was fucking gross. Oh God, that's horrible.
Yeah, so trying to remember we were talking about TikTok earlier, or well, I heard on Congress, one congressman call it Tic Tac. Like,
Not
they're
surprised.
trying to ban. They're trying to.
They want to
they're
ban
trying
the
to
breath
ban-
mints.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They're trying to ban the breath mints.
I am not surprised that one of those old geriatric motherfuckers didn't pronounce the name of the app correctly. I am not surprised by that at all.
Oh, I agree. I mean,
If you want, when this game's over, Casey, I'll get into the articles that I have. If you went through everything you had for the night, I got just under 3 minutes for this game.
I pretty much had. I mean, I could show off a couple things I picked up, but one thing I did, I was going to do a bunch of recordings before the show, but I record one set of recordings, and I ate, and next thing I know, it was like 6:50 because I passed out and took a nap.
Oh, that explains why you didn't fucking answer when I called.
Nope. Plus, I usually keep my stuff on silent anyways. There's two reasons. One, I hate hearing my notifications going off all the time. Two, when I'm at work, you're not supposed to use your phone, so I don't want to hear it go off. But I prefer just keep it on silent. But this week I was working on this trailer, and I had one of these Bluetooth speakers. And when I was done, I grabbed everything. I grabbed all my tools and everything out of the way, and I moved the trailer. Came back, I ran over my little speaker.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So, like, oh, shit. And that's not the worst thing I ever run over. I run over I think I've run over my creeper before, and I also one of the worst ones.
Fuck! Your creeper? The hell's a creeper?
Yeah, it's what you use to roll around when you're on roll around on the floor. Like if you're working on cars and it's jacked up, you can
Oh,
lay
okay.
on a
I
creeper.
never heard it called one of those.
Yeah, but
Casey and creeper, the word creeper go hand in hand, I guess.
but the worst one this is when I was before I even had my first smartphone. I was still had a flip phone, and I was at work. I was adjusting brakes on this trailer, and I got done. I had my phone in my pocket, and because at this place, like you get done, you're trying to build up your time. So a lot of times, I'm not gonna lie, I can probably get my whole day in like half the time, and I would take long breaks. I would to the point where I would bring my laptop over to watch DVDs, and I would do that, and then I would call people all the time. I would call friends. I would call my mom. Like if because I was so bored, nothing to do, and I would have my phone on me. And after I was done adjusting the brakes, went back to the workshop, and I was like, "Where's my phone?" And I looked in my toolbox. It wasn't in there, and I looked back and I saw this thing on the ground. Apparently, after he my phone slipped out of my pocket and got ran over from this truck. I like,
That's fucked up.
shit. And of course, not only that, I was trying to see if I, I was trying to see if I can trying to get the company to replace it, but they're like, well, you're not even, they had a good reason. They're like, you're not supposed to have your phone on you. I was like, yeah. I wasn't going to fight for it because one, I had insurance on it, but I was at least going to try to get it replaced by them, but no, that didn't happen. So,
All right. So we got let's see. CNN. Where's the one from AP News that I had? Here it is. This is from 3 days ago. No,
you're looking at Tic Tac.
BBC. This is it. Yeah, I got it right here. This is from the BBC. Again, if anyone watched LTS on Sunday night last week, you know we covered the initial story on this. So, because we're not doing LTS tomorrow night, figured we'd give you guys the update here tonight. On Saturday is Raw. Now, of course, obviously, we can't put this on the screen. At least I can't because I'm not running the show. But this is from BBC News. The United States House of Representatives have passed a landmark bill that could see TikTok banned in America. It would give the social media giant's Chinese parent company ByteDance 6 months to sell its controlling stake on the app, or it would be blocked in the U.S. While the bill passed overwhelmingly in a bipartisan vote, it still needs to clear the Senate and be signed by the president to become law. Lawmakers have long held concerns about China's influence over TikTok. TikTok is owned by the Chinese company ByteDance, founded in 2012. The Beijing-based firm is registered in the Cayman Islands and has offices across Europe and the United States. If the bill does manage to secure approval in the Senate, President Joe Biden has promised to sign it as soon as it lands on his desk, which could prompt a diplomatic spat with China. ByteDance would have to seek approval from Chinese officials to complete a forced divestiture, which Beijing has vowed to oppose. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin, said the move would come back to bite the U.S. So they're going to declare war on us if we block TikTok? That's kind of bullshit.
Nah, I don't see that. Like, that's stupid.
Mike, there's that sound again.
Yeah. Hey, why don't you take over? I think Dukas is giving me a hint that he needs to go out. So,
All right. Well, I got more
Why
of the
don't
article,
you
so I'll continue with the
go
article.
ahead. I'll be right back.
TikTok has tried. Wait, here we are. Mike Galler, a Wisconsin Republican who co-authored the bill, said the U.S. could not take the risk of having a dominant news platform in America controlled or owned by a company that is beholden to the Chinese Communist Party. Chinese companies are subject to a national security law requiring them to share data with the government on request. TikTok has tried to reassure regulators that it has taken steps to ensure the data of its 150 million users in the U.S. has been walled off from ByteDance employees in China. Bullshit. Excuse me. TikTok chief executive Shuzi Chu, I'll give you something to chew, said the company was committed to keeping its data secure and the platform from outside manipulation. He warned the bill, if passed, would mean a ban on the app in the U.S., giving more power to a handful of other social media companies and putting thousands of American jobs at risk. However, an investigation by the Wall Street Journal in January found that the system was still porous, with data being unofficially shared between TikTok in the US and ByteDance in China. High-profile cases including one incident when ByteDance employees in China accessed a journalist's data to track down their source have stoked concerns. Holy shit, that's a long fucking article. Jesus Christ. So we'll just get down to the bottom now. After the vote, TikTok appeared to renew its push to have users lobby Congress, sending another notification urging them to contact their representatives. A similar move last week saw congressional offices bombarded with calls, a move that some staffers told the BBC had hardened opposition to the company. 15 years ago, I only dreamed of reaching 30 to 40 people, says she now has millions. Another demonstrator, Ophelia Nichols, highlighted the bill's negativity impact on the U.S. business. Shame on them at the House, she said. To be put out of work at such a crazy time in my life and just in a lot of other creators' lives, it's really, really scary right now. Miss Swain told Reuters news agency. Here's an idea. Get a real fucking job, you bum. Chinese Foreign Ministry's spokesperson said, although the United States has never found evidence that TikTok threatened U.S. national security, it has not stopped supporting TikTok. White House spokesperson Karine Jean-Pierre insisted that the bill merely sought to ensure the ownership of major technology platforms operating in the U.S. wouldn't be in the hands of those who can exploit them. When the Trump administration ordered a sale in 2020, some of the biggest firms in the U.S. emerged to explore bids, which then repeatedly valued the firm at above $50 billion.
Good God.
Microsoft ultimately lost out to a team that included Walmart and software giant Oracle, led by Larry Ellison and Safra Katz, who had ties with the Trump administration, of course. The deal fell apart and legal challenges and the changeover to a new administration. Today, TikTok's reach and advertising revenue have increased significantly. Research firm and marketer estimates TikTok will bring in about $8.66 billion in ad revenue from the United States this year, compared to less than $1 billion in 2020. Now, I said this on Sunday.
So
I mentioned VPNs, that if this gets banned, it's not going to stop people from using it, because everyone's just going to get a VPN now to use fucking TikTok.
to me, I like you and Charles says, I don't use it. And
I don't. I think it's a toxic platform, and I think it fucking ruins people's IQ scores, for one. It's for like, TikTok is like fucking the most brain dead fucking app. I think that just is there to target teenagers, honestly,
yeah.
with short attention spans.
And now, oh gosh, now like you and Charles says that YouTube got their shorts, so they're competing.
YouTube has shorts. Snapchat has a form of it now. Facebook has Reels. So does Instagram. Twitter has its thing. Twitter has always had its thing, though. They could do up to 200 or 2 minutes and 20 seconds, unless you are verified. Then you have a hell of a lot more time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, TikTok, you really don't need it. Anyways,
Yeah.
what is going up to G Goofy? Not exactly playing right now. Goofy, you can hear the show going on. It's called Saturday is Raw. That's what you're hearing on the in the background. So you should be hearing me reading through this article.
I want to say hi to we got EJ, Phantom Kai Sama, and
Phantom
thank you for
Sama.
sorry. Thank you for the birthday wishes, and we got NES Wizard. Welcome.
Is he really a wizard?
Oh, I mean, I didn't check his ID or his resume. I mean, I could ask him to send his.
If you're an NES wizard, prove it.
Well, we need your resume so I can check it out. But
Casey, I'm playing another match in Rocket League, and then I'll get into the other article that I have on the table for tonight, the NFL rule proposals.
I hate to bring this up. It might need to come out sooner because I'm working on. I don't want to say the word, but I'm working on something that I need to take care of.
What you mean?
I might have to visit the little boy's room.
Well, hold it for about another 4.5 minutes.
I could probably do that. Maybe it's getting there to the point. Like he's
got to take a dookie. Why don't you just do that before you came back?
Well, I didn't know until just like a couple minutes ago.
Jesus Christ!
I
Casey.
swear, Duke. I swear that Duke listens to my bodily functions because it's like when he needs to go out and potty. I like it's like when he's doing it, it's like damn, I need to take a piss too. It's like he almost wants to like go piss before I do. I'm like, you bastard.
He's like, you got to go to the bathroom, so do I. And I'm a dog. You can hold it longer than me.
Actually, sadly, especially at night, dude. I don't know if it's the meds I'm taking or what, but I mean, I know it's liquids, but I don't think I'm drinking as much as, like, dude, I know I'm getting older.
What are you,
But
41 now?
I'll be
42?
42. Yeah, 42. Where I get up and pee a couple times a night. So,
I mean, it's normal to get up and pee at least once in the middle of the night. I don't know about multiple times.
well, I might be drinking more often than I think I do, but I mean, that's one thing I need to do though better is to drink a little healthier.
Ribbit.
God damn, you sick fuck.
That's the soda talking.
I bought some water with some flavor in there, so I'm gonna try. I think that's partially why I'm having gained some weight is the stuff I've been drinking. Yeah, I need to eat a little healthier, but I think the problem is what I've been drinking more often because I would drink Powerade, and not only that, I would have like cherry syrup in there, and then I would add
Why did you... Oh, you bitch.
a thing that QT would add is called Rooster Booster, where it's like a energy drink. So I would have that mix, and I'm sure that's not been helping. And I need to try to dial down on that and dial down on the soda.
Well, I drink
So,
zero
I'm gonna
sugar
try.
soda. It's got zero everything. No calories, no sugar, no carbs, nothing. And it tastes just as good as the
There's
regular
no flavor
shit.
too.
Bullshit. Yes, it tastes just like the regular stuff. Now, I will agree. Pepsi Zero is not as good as regular Pepsi. I will agree with that. I'm also not a big Pepsi fan anyway. But yeah, that's like the only zero sugar drink I would refuse to drink if I had an option. But or I'll just get water and I'll get Crystal Light lemonade or iced tea, and I'll just drink that.
I'm trying it. I'm trying this thing called Splash Refreshener. This one I drink. I didn't mean to pick this up. I just want to get bottles of water. And I read it later on. It's like, oh, this is flavored water. I'm like, let's try that. And it's good. So I'm gonna try to dial down on the sodas. So I was doing pretty good during the summer about that, but then I started drinking more Powerades. So, and I thought Powerades were a little bit better because that would get your electrolytes in you. But Dukas is standing up. He wants something from me. What do you want from me?
He wants some peanut butter, man.
He wants the peanut butter. Oh, here he is. He likes to have my attention. We're like a couple cuddle buddies. We like sleeping. He's my cuddle buddy. It's like we like doing the same thing. We're like, hey, it's like time for a nap. And he's like, I'll sleep beside you, Casey. It's like, it's time to go to bed. It's like, all right, time to go to bed.
What is he gonna do, Case, when your dog dies? You're gonna be all alone.
I'll clone him.
Clone him?
Oh no, I try not to think about that. I know it's gonna eventually happen, but
you never know. You can let him out, and he can get fucking run over by a car tomorrow.
Oh God, lately, like I'm trying to nowadays, like only at night I'll let him walk out without being leashed because he's usually pretty good at during the daytime. Let's say I'm home right after work, or let's say during the weekend. That I'll try that during the daytime, and there'll be someone walk by. He'll bark at them, but like I'll tell him he's harmless. I'm like, look at him. He's a wiener dog. I never seen a vicious wiener dog in my life. I'm
All
like,
right,
look at him.
Casey.
He's
Well,
too cute.
if you want to go piss, you can go piss or take a shit, whatever you got to do. I can
I gotta go. Do,
I can get into the NFL rule changes, but you're not going to be here to hear of them, I
well,
guess.
hold on. I want to. Oh, why don't you just take over for
Here to hear of them,
a few minutes?
All right.
I'll try to finish up because I want to hear this myself. So
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like,
just give me 5 minutes and
hurry
I'll
up.
be right. So I'll
There
try to
goes that
hurry up.
fucking bloop
So
again.
boom, I'll be right back, guys.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's take a look at Casey's chat. Oh, fuck. What have we got in here? We got EJ, Phantom, we got NES Wizard. God damn, Casey. I can hear you from across the room. Tour Capture says to be back. What's going on, everybody? TSS, what's up? Bam. Tour Capture. Frank, I don't know if Frank's still here. So, yeah, we're going to get into some news. NFL considering rule changes. I don't know how many there are. I've read a few of these. See if I can find another list that has all of the proposed rule changes. Let's see. Here we go. I have them. I have the list. Fuck you and your ads too. So according to what website are we on here? Cardswire. This is USA Today. Okay. So according to USA Today, there have been 1, 2, 3. There have been 4 rule changes, proposals, and 5 NFL bylaw change proposals, which are basically also rule changes proposals. So there's like 9 of them. So we'll get into those momentarily. We're just waiting for Casey to finish taking a dookie. But hope everybody's night's going well. Casey's birthday is in 28 minutes for me. Casey, I can hear you putting down the toilet seat. That's pretty fucked up. How close is your setup to the fucking bathroom? Jesus Christmas. For anybody watching my stream, we'll get back to the Rocket League action momentarily. I'm just waiting for Dildo here to get back to his goddamn show so I can get to this list of NFL rules changes. Mortal Kombat 2 teaser trailer 2024. We got We got the trailer for Mortal Kombat 2, the movie. At least according to this is. I'm not watching it yet. I'll watch it later. I don't know. It could be the actual trailer. You know what? I could watch it muted. Let's take a look at it. See, who uploaded this? Uploaded by KH Studio. They got 133,000 subscribers. This seems so fake. EPT version. Yeah, this trailer is fake. That was from the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie. Yep. That was from the 2021 movie.
Oh. All right, I'm back.
You're black? What happened?
I'm black. I'm black.
Jesus Christ, Casey, you took fucking a while. All right, let's get to these rule changes.
Oh, hold on. That's actually me hurrying. So, I mean, plus I took my meds, got me another drink.
Jesus. Speaking of drink, did I finish mine already? Where the fuck is my drink? Damn, I did finish it already. Well then. All right, let's get into these NFL rule changes. The proposals. These aren't necessarily actual changes just yet. These are rule change proposals. The NFL released a list of several rule change proposals on Wednesday made by teams that included an option to run a 4th and 20 play instead of an onside kick, the moving of the trade deadline, and giving teams an additional challenge if they are successful on one of their first 2 tries. Don't they do that already?
Yeah.
The competition committee will make its own rule change proposals next week. So there's going to be more proposals. And owners are scheduled to vote on them at the league meeting later this month, with 24 votes needed for approval. The most consequential change would allow for challenges of penalty calls at the end of each half, giving coaches or replay officials the chance to correct egregious mistakes. Penalties could be challenged by coaches or the replay booth, but would be limited to only the penalties that were called on the field and could not impose a penalty and it wasn't called.
I like that right there.
Replay review is currently underused for most penalty calls outside of too many more on the field or whether a ball was touched before a pass interference penalty occurred. Replay is limited to aspects of a play such as whether a ball was caught or dropped, whether a player made a first down or a touchdown, whether a player fumbled before being knocked down, or whether a player was inbounds or out of bounds. The NFL had a one-year experiment making potential pass interference calls reviewable in 2019 after a bad no call cost the New Orleans Saints during the NFC Championship game against the Rams the previous season. The league dropped that after 1 year. The Lions also proposed giving a team a third challenge if one of the two first tries were successful. Currently, teams only get a third challenge if they are successful on both of their first two attempts. The Eagles once again brought up a proposal to alter onside kicks for end-of-game situations after only a 5% onside kicks in the fourth quarter were recovered by the kicking team, according to Sports Radar. That's down from an 18.8% as recently as 2017, as new rules for safety have made recovering onside kicks more difficult. The new proposal would allow a team trailing in the game to attempt a 4th and 20 play from its own 20-yard line following a touchdown or field goal of using a traditional onside kick. The team would keep the ball at the yard gained following a conversion or give the receiving team the ball if it has failed. Teams could still opt to use surprise onside kicks. So not changing the rule, but adding an option.
Well, I think
I got the full list, but go ahead.
Like, maybe we're thinking of, like, well, I thought you were right. I think, isn't there already a thing where if you're successful using two challenges, you get a third one? I thought that was already been done.
Yeah, if you use both your challenges correctly, you get both the calls right, you get a third one. If you get one wrong and one right, you lose it. So
yeah,
you have to get both right. So now what that proposal is trying to do is saying whether you get as long as you get at least one of the two challenges right, you get a third one.
No, I think you should have at least two of them right to get the third one. That's how I feel about it.
In baseball, you only get one challenge before the 7th inning, and if you win that challenge, you get another one. And then after the 7th inning, the calls are reviewed. Needed calls are reviewed by the umpiring staff. But I have the full list here.
Well, hold on. Before you go on that, EJ asked, who's going to be the quarterback for the Cowboys? Probably Dak Prescott still. I don't see anyone else.
But speaking of the Cowboys, the Dolphins signed one of their the Cowboys offensive tackle, Virgil Gallmore, the other day.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to slowly getting back to the football, so I'm still not as fluent in football as I used to be. So I don't know who's all the players still. So, but I'm trying to get back into football, and it's stuff like these rule changes is why it kind of got me out. Because some people were like, "Well, is it because the whole kneeling for the pledge for the national anthem?" I'm like, no, it's not that. It's they're changing the sport. I'm like, yes, I can understand they're trying to make it safer for the players, but there's some rules that really piss me off. Like when the second the quarterback throws the football. Oh, you can't touch him. I mean, yeah, I can understand if he gets plowed like 3 seconds later. Yes, I can understand. But if he gets plowed like a half second later after he threw it, like, come on, there should be some grace period. Like, you cannot, if your momentum is not going to be stopped on its off on a dime when you're going full force, you know.
Especially if
So
another teammate comes from behind and accidentally clips that player from behind.
Yeah. So that's what I don't like. So that's one of the rules because, and then like I don't know. Yeah, I can understand. Let's protect the quarterback, but they're really protecting the quarterback to the point where it's crazy. Like, or you can't touch the kicker. If you touch the kicker the second after the football's gone, oh, that's roughing kicker. I'm like stuff like that, just stupid. And then another one is like I I, I liked it when you're going to go for the 1 point conversion. Is that 2 yard line, and if you're going to take it, you don't know if they're going to go for it or fake it. Nowadays, if you're going to go for two, it's going to be obvious because you're going to start at the 2 yard line and you're in formation to go for it. Unlike back today, your setup looks like you're going to go for the one for the kick, and then sometimes a lot of times the quarterback or even the backup quarterback will be the person who holds the ball for the kicker. So I wish they would bring that back. I don't know if this is to tell me that he needs to go out again, but I just took him out before I went out, but he's by the door again. God dang it. So go ahead and finish this up, and I'm going to try to see what he wants. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying. But I also don't want him to lay a big pile of shit into the Steelers. So go ahead and continue, Rose. Are you there? Rose might be dead. Yep, I'm pretty sure Rose is dead. So rest in peace to Rose. So throw your ones out for Rose. What do you want? I think I wonder if he's off asleep. He might be sleeping. Well, it is almost midnight there. Like, it's almost 11 p.m. Is it me? Because it's almost like like, ew. He might be gone. No, is he there? Yeah, I think he's falling asleep.
Was that? No, I'm here. I was just listening to you.
Oh,
No, I was
what
just
do you
listening
mean
to
you're
you.
listening to me?
Yeah. I got the rule
The
changes
whole
right here. I'm
time?
just listening. I was just listening to you talk, and I'm just like, all right, I'm just waiting for you to stop talking, and I'm want to get into these rule changes. This the list of proposals I got here.
Yeah. But
I don't know if you were.
you fell asleep.
No, I was listening to you. I was just listening to you talk. But yeah. Plus, you're probably suffering from that fucking lag a little bit too. So I don't know if it was lagging a bit. So maybe you stopped talking and you were just waiting for me to pick it back up. But on my end, you were still talking in my ear.
Well, when you said something, you scared the shit out of me. You're like it sounded like you were snoring, and then like you came back from a dead sleep out of nowhere. It scared me.
No,
By the way,
you must have stopped talking, and I guess maybe the lag from your fucking hotspot fucking deal you got running on this thing. I don't know, but I guess when you stopped talking, you were still talking in my ear on my end. So I was just waiting for you to stop talking so I can get into this.
go ahead. Well, Dukas decided to stop hanging around the door, so I'm still good to go. Let's go.
All right, so I got 4 rule proposal changes and 5 other proposal changes. So we got 9 of them in total. We already went over a couple of them. Coach challenges was proposed by the Detroit Lions. Again, 1 successful challenge. If you get at least 1 out of the 2, they were proposing you still get a 3rd one. Rule change proposal 2, eliminating first touch rule. The Philadelphia Eagles, citing player safety, propose eliminating first touch rule on kicks. First touching occurs when a player on the team that is kicking touches the ball beyond the line of scrimmage before it has been touched by a member of the receiving team. So basically, like when you punt the ball and like the other team doesn't touch the ball and you down it, the Eagles want to get rid of that.
Yeah.
According to the current rule, the receiving team has the option of possessing the ball at the spot of the first touch, or if it gains possession of the ball. According to the proposal, the Eagles are recommending the amendment for the sake of player safety. Proposal 3, onside kick replacement. Again, that was by the Eagles. That's where they would play a 4th and 20 type down instead of an onside kick, where if you convert the 4th and 20, you keep the ball and you get a first down. If you fail, the other team gets the ball. Penalty challenges, rule proposal 4, proposed by the Colts to correct officiating errors. Coaches can challenge and replay officials can review inside of 2 minutes, remaining in a half, penalties called. I actually like that. I like that 4th one. I think if any one of those passes, I think that one will pass. The next one, easing injured reserved rules, proposed by the Lions, removing the rule that requires a player spend at least 1 day on the active roster to be eligible to be designated to return from injured reserve. Currently, if a player is placed on IR before they make the final active roster, they are out for the season or until they receive an injury settlement. Next proposal, unlimited playoff designation to return. The Lions also proposed that in the postseason, teams have an unlimited number of designations to return from injured reserve. Currently, teams are limited to 8 designations all season, including the postseason. Next change, expanding emergency quarterback. This one, especially after last season with the rate of quarterback injuries, might be a good idea.
Yeah, I agree.
The Buffalo Bills proposed an expansion of the emergency quarterback rule, where teams would be allowed to elevate a 3rd player from the practice squad if he is a quarterback. Currently, only a quarterback can be on the active roster, and not elevated from the practice squad can be designated the 3rd emergency quarterback, despite not being active for a game. Proposals 4 and 5 have to do with the trade deadline. 2 proposals to delay trade deadline. Currently, it is set to Tuesday after Week 8's games. The Pittsburgh Steelers are proposing it be moved back to the Tuesday after Week 9, while the Browns, Lions, Jets, Eagles, 49ers, and Commander Skins all combined to propose to removing the deadline into moving the deadline to the Tuesday after Week 10.
Huh.
I mean, if you ain't got your shit together by the end of the first half of the season, which now would be week 9,
Mm.
you don't need that extra week. I'm all for them moving it to week 9. I don't think it needs to be moved to week till after the week until after week 10. I say move it to week 9 because they had it at 8. They have it at 8 now because there used to be 17 weeks in a season. There used to be
Mm.
17 games in
Yeah.
a season. Now there's 18. So push it back 1 week. I agree with the Steelers.
Well, there's 17 games for each. There's
Each
18
team,
weeks.
right?
Yeah.
But there's 18. There's 18 weeks in total.
Weeks. Yeah.
So there were 16 games in total before. So
Yeah.
after 8 weeks, you're halfway through the season. So now that they added the extra week, they should have pushed the trade deadline back 1 week. I agree with the Steelers.
Mm.
But
This is
that's
the
what I
topic
had.
text should be
I
posted.
wanted Tex and hell even Frank on the call for these. But yeah. But that's
Well,
the
they
topics I
both.
had for you. That's the topics I had for you guys for this week.
Well, I had both Tex and Frank said they might show up. I mean, they're not obligated. I would love that if they came on.
Well, if they do show
Um,
up, we can. I'll be sure to bring that back up to them and see what their opinions are. Now, like the Associated Press article said, there's going to be more rule change proposals next week, and then the following week after that, it'll be voted on. So we'll know in a couple of weeks which of these proposals
Passes.
passed, if any.
What? I got one proposal. Let's get rid of the fucking Pro Bowl because
It's fucking pointless.
Shit.
It's pointless now. It's even worse now than it was before.
Oh, exactly. Like, I remember when I hated it even worse when they moved it before the Super Bowl because the people who are in Super Bowl can't play in it. Like, hold on. So there's going to be some people from playing the Super Bowl in there.
Right.
So, but then because they're in the Super Bowl, they're not going to be active in it. And like, what's the point? And plus, they treat it as, these football players use it as a vacation because they don't really go in there. They go like barely. They're not allowed to go full force. And plus, why would they want to anyways? Because the game means nothing.
And now it's not even a real football game. It's flag football.
So I'm like, it means nothing. There's maybe pride of the conference, but that's it. I'm like, it means nothing. Like it's better to be called a Pro Bowler than actually being in the Pro Bowl. I mean, just call this guy's a Pro Bowler because he's, like make it like a fantasy lineup instead of an actual game. Then I think it's stupid.
It is. It's absolutely stupid. It's a waste of time.
Yeah, I mean, I guarantee they don't get any views like they used to. I mean, definitely not Super Bowl numbers. And I guarantee you they probably don't even get regular season numbers either. Like, I can't tell you the last time I actually watched the Pro Bowl or even cared about it.
I never watched the Pro Bowl ever.
I barely watch it. Because it's pointless. It's almost the preseason means more than the Pro Bowl because preseason, like, okay, your guys get warmed up for the regular season. So, and you can get kind of good idea who's probably going to be a starter. Like, if someone breaks out in the preseason, let's say it's a no-name, and the no-name actually do pretty good in the preseason, he gets elevated. But, it was stupid. I don't think they needed it anyways. I mean, I know back in the day in the 90s, it was the which conference is better, the AFC or NFC. You don't even hear about that nowadays. No one cares because everything they're like, oh, this conference has so many wins over the other one. Like, but now it doesn't even matter.
Not even
Like, get
baseball
rid of
doesn't
it.
even it doesn't even matter in baseball anymore because that used to determine which team in the World Series had home field advantage. They don't even do that anymore. They took that away quite a few years ago.
What for the preseason?
No, for
Or
the All-Star game.
oh,
The All-Star game used to determine which of the World Series teams would have the home field advantage in the World Series. But they don't do that anymore. They got rid of that like 4 or 5 years ago.
well, Frank was in the chat. He says he's heading to bed, fellas. Thank you, Frank, for the birthday wish. I hope your wish for a naked bullfrog jumping out of your cake comes true. Oh, God.
Well, his mom ain't there to bake him one, so I don't even think he's getting the cake in the first place.
Oh, that's one thing that's sad is my first birthday. Forever now it will be without either of my parents. So that's the one thing that really sucks. But I'm not a big person about my birthdays, anyways. Like I go to work. I don't want people to know it's my birthday because one, it's nonstop ribs about my birthday. Two, I'm not one of those people. I don't like. I'm not a kid no more. Like I don't like. I want to get a bunch of friends together and we play. We, you know, I would love to have friends over here play video games, but like I'm not gonna say, hey guys, you want to come over to my apartment and bring me gifts and we'll blow out the birthday candles. Like I'm not a child no more. So like
I just like the
I'm
attention.
to that point. Well,
I just like
maybe I'll just utilize it. Like
at the very least, I have to have a birthday cake on my birthday. At the very least.
To me, it's another day. It's like
it just
I said,
means you're one day closer
it's not
to
the
dying.
same that exactly one more year closer to dying. It's like so it means nothing to me, but I figured it'd be cool to celebrate with my friends on here.
Excuse me.
What do you want? I just took you out. What? Why are you hanging around the door? See, I want to take him out, but he keeps coming back. Like he'll go pee and do nothing. What do you want from me? Do I have to shake you to get answers? I don't want to have to shake you to get answers.
Uh-oh. Are you going to witness animal
cute.
abuse live on YouTube, guys?
No, I wouldn't do that to him. I could never hurt him. I'm not saying I hadn't yelled at him when he does something like goes through the trash. I don't yell at him if he poops in here when I'm gone. He can't help it because he's spending 9 to 10 hours a day by himself, so I can't ask him to not to. But the one thing that makes me mad is when they tears the trash bags in this trash can in here up.
Yeah, I
But
freaking hate when my dog tears up the trash too. She does it every fucking day.
well, luckily this one has a locking lid. I didn't realize until I moved here it actually had a locking lid. And we never had to do that in the house. He would get every once in a while, but he wouldn't tear the bag up. He started doing that here. And it's not like he doesn't have food. He has plenty of dog food right there and water. So I think he just smells what's in the trash can and he wants to get into it. So I don't know. He's an animal for sure. He is an animal, but he's a cutie. I love him. I love him. He's my puppy. I always think that a lot of times my puppies are so cute or adorable that they feel like they need to be in the movies, especially like Duke. Like Duke could be in the movie. Like, look at him. Isn't this a cutie? He could be in the movie right now.
You say so, Casey.
Look at him. He could be in the movie all about Duke. But I just took a Duke myself though too a
Great.
minute ago.
Thanks for telling us, Casey.
Great.
Real fucking wonderful.
Well, there's really nothing much else to talk about. I mean, the gaming, there's not really a lot of gaming news, not a lot of wrestling news. I know Booker T's putting out some stuff, like he was saying that he and CM Punk had an argument, I guess. But like recently, I'm like, well, how recently? I mean, unless he's been in the back, I mean, why would you send him to the shows unless he's gonna show up, you know?
He was
Like let the guy try to recover.
CM Punk likes to get involved with NXT, so and help the younger guys. So he was backstage at NXT, from what I understand, and him and Booker T had a bit of a spat.
Booker T is no innocent person. I mean, look what happened between him and Batista. They got in the fight. But there's also, he was saying a bunch of other stories too. So, I mean, I'm not going to say I don't trust Booker T. He hadn't said a bunch of outrageous shit like Hogan has, to the point where you can't believe a word Hogan says anymore. Like, I heard like from the Saw Monster saying that Hogan says he could have been the next John Wayne. I'm like what? Well, he considered himself to be. He could have been the next John Wayne. Like no. I mean, he did some B movies, like was it Suburban Commando and Mr. Mom, or I think it's Mr. Mom or something Mom.
I just don't like people who are so full of themselves that they think they're the biggest fucking thing in Hollywood.
When you're so successful, I mean, you're gonna probably start believing your own bullshit, you know?
Yep.
Like, there's some people in wrestling I'm not gonna trust a word what they say, and Hogan's one of them. I'm not sure I trust Bischoff's, or definitely not Vince. I would trust Russo. He's up there too, but I don't know. There really hadn't anything new in wrestling. I mean, we're heading towards to WrestleMania in a few weeks, and I think I can't wait for that. Hopefully, I'll have good internet, so maybe I'll do live reactions of WrestleMania.
Yeah, that all depends.
But
You need to get that fucking internet
Yeah.
connection, Casey. Otherwise, you're gonna have a problem watching it.
yeah, I know. I'm just dragging my feet, but I am in talks with my best friend. Apparently, he found a couple PCs at Best Buy that was suitable. So I was trying to reach him today about it, but I'm gonna try to talk to him about it tomorrow. So I ideally I want a laptop because one I want to have it like set up like this, so I can run everything right here. Two, it'd be like I can finally do gameplays properly, you know, and then I can start streaming games. Like if I just don't want to make a gameplay review, I could just stream a game playing something, you know, or like
Yeah.
I got EverDrives, like I got the EverDrive from my Master System, like uh, I got the Famicom Mini that has pretty much the whole NES library on it. Did you see that episode, by the way, that I did on that?
I think I did, yeah.
With the gold Famicom?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, seen that one.
Let me. Alright, because that thing is cool. Because someone. I think I watched the YouTuber Mad Pixel. This guy does some game reviews, kind of tech reviews, kind of like RGT85
Right.
does. And he did God, I'm trying to see if I can locate it. It's not that, I don't think. I think that's the wrestling belts. Where the hell is the Hold on. I must not upload it. It's gone. That's weird. That's why I forgot is to give me a second. I could actually forgot to upload that on my StreamYard. Give me 2 seconds so I can do that. It's a little easier for me to do it through my phone, but I'm gonna put myself on mute for a minute.
Oh, the blue team just quit. They were only down 2-0 with plenty of time to come back. I don't know why they quit. I have almost played all 10 of my unranked matches. I'm currently Silver 2. Silver 2 League.
All right, I'm back. I just had to.
Stop telling us
myself
you're
because
black.
anytime
Jesus crazy.
I'm black. I'm black and back. So this is I forgot to show this off. This is the gold Famicom that Mini that I did a review on and a few gameplays. It represents a series called something about Jump. It looks like it has the guy from Dragon Ball Z holding it. This is actually from Nintendo, though. This has they released a gold version of the Nintendo Famicom, and Mad Little Pixel did a review. Someone took this console and hacked it and put 1,000 NES games and homebrews and unreleased games and hacks on here. But mainly has most of the NES collection on here, or the NES library. And this is the actual product from Nintendo, and someone just hacked it, and sold it on eBay. And I only paid $100, but it's an actual Nintendo product, and it's limited. And I was like, cool, and it came with the box too. So, the original games, I mean, they had different games than the other minis had, but I wouldn't be able to play them because they were all in Japanese. So I was fine with that. But the thing that sucked, you know how small those Joy-Con controllers are if you're going to play them solo by themselves.
Yep.
So the controllers on the Famicom on this mini is the size of the Joy-Con. They're just spread the D-pad and the buttons. Yeah, it's tiny. But at least the D-pad and the two action buttons are a little further apart than on the Switch. The Switch, they're really close. But your hands do get cramped. But I really like this product. I mean, but the only thing that really sucks is that I wish. See, the Famicom, their controllers were hardwired into the system, and it's made for the Japanese people. So, I mean, everything they do is compact. So, apparently that means they sit closer to the TVs, or they sit real close to their console.
Well, they gotta sit closer. Look how small the fucking eyes are.
Oh my God, you racist fuck. But you threw me off. But I wish on here, I would seeing at least for the Nintendo, the NES, and I believe the Super Nintendo Mini, you had extension cables, so you didn't have to be right beside the console unless you're going to switch games. By the way, I wish they had a button combination so they can go back to the menu instead of hitting reset on the console. But the Famicom, they should have had the same thing where they should have it where you can put extension cables on it. That would have been nice, but that's the only gripe that, and plus they had games that were unplayable on it. They had like Duck Hunt on there. I'm like, hold on. There's no way I can play this game because, one, there's no zapper for this. Two, there's only one zapper that I got right now that works for the flat screen TV. And it's, ouch, you prick! He's crawling. He's just clawing my leg. He just clawed my leg.
He probably wants to go to bed.
No, he can go to bed if he wants to. No, he just wants up. He just wants me to pay attention. No. What? What do you want from me? You want money? Do you
You
want
want
me?
money?
You want money, right? I'll give you $20. You want $20 to get away from me? I don't want you no more.
Damn.
But nah. But I do have a zapper that's made for flat screen TVs. But they didn't have anything for this. So playing games like Duck Hunt and Hogan's Alley what was no good to have on there. So I don't know why they had it on there. And they also had games like World Track Meet, like there's no way for you to do the power pad on it either. So like they had several ROMs you couldn't do because you couldn't add a different controller onto it, you know?
Right.
I think it'd be kind of interesting. I think it'd be kind of interesting if they could, though. Like, I can understand not have the zapper because I don't know how they made the zapper gun for flat screen. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me take this down and make full screen. But I got it right here. It's called the Hyper Blast HD. Right here, it looks like the zapper itself, but it's cased in blue. And it comes with a adapter. It says it includes the Hyper Blast HD to allow HD TV capability. So
Have you tried it yet?
I probably should try that. No, but I probably should. What here it says what's weird, it says top loader console required. Compatibility only with Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt combo cart. I don't know why. I mean, why would they just make this just for one fucking game?
So you couldn't even use the fucking Hyper Blaster for Hogan's Alley then?
I don't see why not, though. I mean, I think it's stupid. I mean, why would he make this only for one game? Then, like, I would like to try Hogan's Alley, Wild Gunman, Duck Hunt.
We got Baby Boomer. You got that one?
No, I might have a multi-cart, might have that, but Baby Boomer is very expensive game. But I might should go ahead and try that. I mean, I do have. What's funny, I'm actually currently using a system called the Classic N or N Classic that I've been using for HD NES gameplay. And so we could use that on that. Use the zapper on that console. We got Bam in the chat. He says Casey has every game and accessory just to lose 98% of the time. Well, granted, the recent gameplay I did is the Miss Pac-Man game on the NES and on the Atari 7800. Like, technically, is that even losing? Like, yeah, I mean, I know on the Pac-Man game there's a kill screen, but there might be a kill screen on Miss Pac-Man. But I found out the 10-gen version of Miss Pac-Man had different modes, like where you can play Hyper Speed Pac-Man, and then you can also have Crazy, where the ghost runs super fast.
There goes that Discord sound again.
Yeah.
Da-da.
But and that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else. I probably It's 11:24. I might want to record one other thing, but before I head to bed. But let's go ahead and start wrapping this up. It's been 3 hours and 20 minutes. So, you want to go ahead and shout out your shit, Rose? Let me bring you up. On. Hey, Cora's in the chat. Welcome.
What's up, Cora?
Thank you, Cora. I appreciate that. She says, happy birthday. But let me bring up your channel. I'm getting closer to you. I'm thinking about 50 subs away from you.
What are you at right now?
I'm catching up. Last time I think I said 647. That's the last time I checked.
I'm at 694, so you're 47 ahead of me. 47 behind me then.
Oh, actually, I just lost a sub. So I'm at 646 now. So
It's probably Cora fucking with you for your birthday.
Oh my gosh. You know, it's crazy. My Gold Famicom video just blew past. It has 621 views right now. It was doing good, but my Ghostbusters on the Atari 2600 was over that. Now my Gold Famicom video blew past that. So my number's been going up since I took Drew's Drew's advice. So I've been happy lately with my views. Go ahead and shout out your bullshit.
Well, I'm live playing Rocket League right now. After this show is over, I'll probably play maybe 2 or 3 more games and then call it a night myself. Yesterday did Mortal Kombat 1, Season 4 of Invasion Mode Part 2. Thursday night I did WWE 2K24 Part 2 for the My Rise mode. Wednesday and Tuesday I took the day off. Monday was Monday Night Horizon for Forza Horizon 5's weekly events that me and my friend stream now together. We play together. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to stream. I might take tomorrow off. Monday will be Monday Night Horizon for Forza Horizon 5 again, hopefully. I don't know what I'm going to do on Tuesday or Wednesday. So, yeah, I always say just come to the channel. There's usually something going on, whether I'm uploading something or streaming something. So just check out the channel and see what's there. Follow me on the channel on here on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch too at the Rose Gaming, _Rose_Gaming. There you can subscribe to the Twitch channel. I get paid for it. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, that's all I got.
Oh, hold on. We had someone try to come in. I know someone who, unless someone gave away my link, I was planning to let this be an open call. It was like I sent out the link to several people, but I'm gonna give it a little time for someone to show up because I saw someone flash up and the StreamYard probably fucked with it. So
probably made them have to log back in like it did to me before.
Yeah. So if the person's in the chat, I did not kick you off. StreamYard fucked up. Try again, all right?
Shit yard strikes again.
Yeah, so while waiting for this person to show back up, I had heard about Darby Allin having broke his foot.
Yep.
But apparently it's real bad because he broken 3 bones in his foot. Like, it's between his left pinky toe and his thumb toe, whatever they call the big toe. I call it the dumb toe, by the way.
Jesus, Casey.
But between those three, not between those two, the three, before the toe knuckles, apparently he broke 3 bones in his foot, in his left foot.
Yeah, he broke it
Yeah,
during a high risk spot during the match.
I wonder. Darby Allin says Everest will have to be next year.
Yeah,
So,
he can't. Yeah, he can't climb Everest now.
Yeah. I
What's
wonder
going
how long he's
on?
gonna.
What's going on, Tiny? You finally made it to the chat. I've only been streaming for almost 3 hours, man.
Well, I'm gonna give this person a little bit more time to see if they'll join again. I saw flash it for a second. Like I said before, I was planning to make this a live, like they have a open call. Then it's like, But I did
You
send
gotta
out
worry
the link
about.
to
You gotta worry
several
about
people.
You gotta worry about the trolls and the drama people doing that. You know.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I kind of didn't do it. And I seen Mikkel get trolled recently, even though I don't think the troll was that bad. He had an unknown caller called in, and I have a pretty good idea who the uncalled caller was, but I'm not going to say who I think it was. But I think it wasn't that bad to the point. Like Mikkel didn't ban them, but he timed him out for like 86,000 seconds. I don't know. I think that's the most maximum time you can ban someone, time him out. I don't know how long that is. I wonder
I
if
couldn't
that,
tell you
like,
either.
God dang. I wonder how many seconds in a day. I guess that's a day ban, because they say
86,000 seconds.
one day is 86,400 seconds. I figure it was at least a day. I thought maybe a couple days, but
Score! 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 Score!
that's
Score!
funny.
Yes.
Huh.
I fucking
That's
hate
cool.
ball
That's
cam.
ball cam.
Yeah, you can hit
The hell's ball?
you could use you press one of the buttons and you can change the camera view of the game, and the camera will follow the ball instead of the player. And I can't see where the fuck I'm driving while the camera's following the ball. It's fucking annoying. Oh, you're gonna get. Okay.
Well, it seems like whoever tried in, I'm sorry that you had problems. Like I said, I didn't kick you out or ban you. I didn't have enough time to even click on your name to do anything. I saw it. Didn't recognize the name, but that doesn't mean it could be one of two things. Obviously, it could have been someone who I gave the link out to, but it could also have been someone who sent the link out to someone else.
But who that you give the link out to would do that though?
I'm not gonna say names. I mean, would I think they actually do that? No. Unless they're like, I had Mikkel send I had AJ send the link to Mikkel, but I'm like, okay, I mean that's fine. I had no problem with that. So, or the other way around, I had no problem with that. But let's say if someone sends it to some asshole troll, then that's different. But no, I'm sure it was someone had a different name, but I tried to buy this person some time, so it's been 3 hours and 30 minutes. It's been a good show. I'm gonna go out and thank the Rose for coming on.
I haven't
I'd
been
like
on for that
to
long, by
thank
the way.
Charles.
I've only been live for a little over 2.5 hours, so I was
Eh,
gonna come on sooner,
that's
but this new phone charger that I got from my mom's fucking job sucks dick.
Well, it was okay. I had Charles come on a few minutes after I started. And I'd like to thank him, Charles from Video Game XD.
I'm surprised Dave
Uh,
didn't come on. I saw him in the chat before.
yeah, I did give him the link. So I did send the link out to several people, but that's fine. A lot of the people I sent them out was in the chat. That's better than nothing. So it was fun. I got a real busy day tomorrow. One, I like to get a haircut, even though right now people are like, "Oh, you don't got no hair."
Casey, you got hair on the back of your head, and
Exactly.
in unmentionable places.
Yes, exactly.
That if
But
you
on
wanted
here, when I'm wearing
if you
my head,
wanted to ask your mom to shave those specific regions, you'd have to go to the graveyard.
oh God, you're fucked up. You're fucked up.
You'd have to
But
have a reverse buried alive match.
oh God, I still can't believe that is like I don't know why. See, I still don't understand. Like one, I can understand a friend walks into your house fine without knocking, but I'm gonna assume maybe his bathroom door was open, and if let's say if it was closed, why would he open it up and say hi?
If the door was closed, why
Like,
would you knock first?
yeah, or but I think in the episode he opened the door, but I'm assuming he walked into the house and the bathroom door was open because a lot of times when I'm shaving my head and my back and I'm having someone helping doing the back of my head or my back, I don't really need to close the door because one, I'm at home and but I'm gonna assume the door was open and they just happened to see it.
If you're
But
having your fucking meat and two veg shaves by your mom, no less, why would you leave the bathroom door open for that? Even if you are in your own home, especially if
yeah,
you know other people are there.
or who can walk right in. And what's
Tiny man, if you want to play with me, I'll play a couple of games with you after the show is over. Then I'll call it a night.
We're about to wrap up, but here's the kicker. The friend said that they made it sound like it's normal because Buff, while he was getting his nuts shaved by his mom, he was like, "Oh, what's up, man?" And then like nothing's happening. And then he said his mom also is like, "Oh, how you doing, boy?" Like they were acting like they're just sitting there, just chatting, you know. So, I mean, that is creepy. But did maybe it was Kratos or was it you saying that you heard about that before?
No, I never heard about that before. Quite honestly, I think that's gross.
Oh, I agree. I do. I couldn't disagree with you. But maybe it was Kratos. because
I'm guessing Kratos is working
but-
tonight too. Otherwise, I'm sure he would have been here for the birthday stream.
yeah. Oh, you know what? I forgot to send him the link though.
Oh, you're a dick.
No, I said I forgot because the reason is he doesn't have X DMs, and that's why I forgot about it.
Well, you sent it to me on Skype.
Oh yeah, because you were there. I didn't think about Kratos until I was going down the line on my X DMs. It's not like I intentionally forgot Kratos.
You didn't invite him because he's black. Just be honest.
No, I didn't say that.
I
You're
know you didn't say
assuming.
that. I know you didn't say it. I just want you to be honest.
You're assuming. I mean, I think you're I think you're deflecting.
Let's be honest. You went over the invitation list of your math club, and they told you not to invite him.
Exactly. There you go. I can't lie about that now. No, I just totally forgot about Kratos. So that was my bad. I'm sorry, Kratos. I should have sent the link to you. I apologize. I totally forgot. But no, but I think it was it you or Kratos says that you don't watch the Dark Side of the Ring because you could watch the shoot interviews.
I don't watch it just because I don't care for the whole behind the scenes stuff that goes on in wrestling and all the dark news and shit. Kratos might have been the one that said the other thing, but yeah, I like wrestling, but I only care to watch what goes on the TV screen. Anything else, I don't give a shit.
Oh, I find it kind of interesting because it's
the only one, like I said, the only one I watched was a plane ride from Hell 1 because I thought that was interesting. And if there ever is one on Vince McMahon, you bet your ass I'll be watching that one.
Well, technically, there is about the steroid.
No, I'm not talking about the steroid trial. I'm talking about Vince as a promoter of wrestling.
What about his life? Because I mean, his life choices that he's done. I mean, they could do one for like all the positives, like the thing. Dude, you could do several things. You could do where he killed off the territories when he started going national and global. And then they're kind of doing that with Black Saturday. Kind of. But there's so many things they could have a Vince McMahon Dark Side of the Ring edition. So
like I said, there could be so much on him they'll make an entire season just dedicated to him.
I agree. But no, but I think a lot of the episodes are real good. Even some of the wrestlers I never heard of. Like there's a guy named Johnny Canine. Never heard of the guy. And it was probably one of the most interesting episodes because he fought for WWF, but he was a no-name. He was a jobber, but he was more of a indie person. But
I was gonna say, it sounds like a name you would hear in Backyard Wrestling.
Well, I think he got the name because of something about a police dog. And but the one thing he had that was his moment of fame is when it was in the promotion that he beaten Randy the Macho Man Savage.
Oh
and this is when he was in the WWF. And he assumed that Randy wanted to go over because he was in the WWF. But
I'll get you that ID in a minute, Tiny. I just started another game.
But I enjoyed the whole series. I mean, there's very minimal of the episodes that I didn't like. I wouldn't even say there's any episodes that I didn't like. I probably would So it's like, it was okay. Dude,
Yeah.
I mean, the Benoit episodes, episode 1 and 2, one was closer more about Eddie Guerrero than Benoit. Then the second one was more about Benoit and the tragic events. But I think most of it's good episodes. I'm wondering if if the series continue, if we'll see AEW shows. I mean, there's several they could do about that, and same thing they could do with TNA. I don't even think they've done one on TNA at all yet. Minus the only TNA related thing they've done was with Chris Candido. And it was only a little blurb because he was in there when he broke his leg and then had the episode of Impact after that aired after his death. And I thought that was kind of weird. Why would you show the match of someone who is dead? But that's
didn't they
TNA
air?
for
Didn't
you.
they do a couple of episodes about dead people besides Chris Benoit?
Oh, dude, Earthquake is dead. But they've done several people like who's dead. But Earthquake was probably the most was the non-controversial of all time. I wouldn't even call this a Dark Side of the Ring of it because no one said anything bad about the guy. There was no bad fallout from him.
Who does that darker side of the ring fucking show? Is that legit or is that just something that's on YouTube?
That's something on YouTube. But I have an idea of an episode is when Stone Cold walked out. Because not only what he was going through at the time with his health, his marriage was going down in the tubes, and then him apparently beating Deborah behind the scenes. And
that was a known fact. That had definitely happened.
Yeah, it was a known fact too. And the only reason you don't hear much of it is because Deborah has a gag order on her. She can't talk about it. She probably either signed a NDA or some type of
Full
gag
court
order
score,
where she
baby.
can't talk about it. And that's because of WWE they wanted Stone Cold back, so if that got out more, it would hurt his image, But Vince knows how to get around stuff like that. I mean, shit. Look how long Jimmy Snuka survived before getting arrested for
that
the murder of his girlfriend.
That was fucked up too.
30 years later. Yeah. 30 years later, Vince knew the guy had done, and he still not only let the guy come back to wrestle, he put the guy in the Hall of Fame. And the only reason he's out now is because he was arrested.
I was going to say, he's not in the Hall
on
anymore,
the roster
right?
page. It's not listed, but there's, I don't know, all these roles. At one point, they recognized that when they pulled Hogan off the Hall of Fame page, and they're like, I didn't think it was actually. I thought maybe they're just distancing themselves, but they took him off the Hall of Fame and then reinstated him after a few years. And I knew that was going to happen I was like, just wait a few years, Hogan will be back, and I was correct. But I don't know. See, the thing is, when Snuka died, they still called him a Hall of Famer. So I don't know. I mean, I guess we could look him up on the. I guarantee you, you probably go to the WWE website, they'll probably won't want to recognize him. They wouldn't probably want to distance themselves from him. But
It's funny how they'll still refer
I
to
don't
a
know.
murderer.
But they don't. They don't want.
I should have fucking blocked that. I totally blew
Go
that.
ahead.
But anyways, you know, they'll still recognize a murderer as a Hall of Famer for his career, but they wouldn't put China in because she opened her legs.
Well, she's in there in DX, but I'm pretty sure she'll be inducted solo very shortly. Especially
I
now,
don't
Triple
know.
H is right. I don't know. Triple H seems more open. I'm sure he's willing to bring China in the Hall of Fame solo. I mean,
Certainly deserves
and I'm
it.
sure there's going to be some. Yeah. And right now, there's some people like. Well, one, because Vince doesn't have that power to choose who's going to the Hall of Fame anymore. So they gave that power to Triple H. So it'd be interesting to see who being inducted in the future now, since Vince don't have that power. I mean, because it's people like Triple H is why Bruno Sammartino came back and got inducted in the Hall of Fame. It's people like Triple H is why they brought the Ultimate Warrior back. And I think there's a couple other people came back because of Triple H, you know. But the biggest one was Bruno Sammartino. Bruno didn't want to be nowhere near WWE since the 80s, after the 80s, because all the steroids and stuff like that, and especially during the Attitude Era, he didn't want to be nowhere near that.
No, what did I do?
So,
Oh my god! I mean, we lost anyway, but still. I did a fucking backflip to try to block the freaking shot, and I bumped it into my own goal. I mean, we lost anyway, so it ended up not mattering. But that's still not a good thing.
Well, you know what? I was planning to record something tonight. I'm getting a little sleepy. I might just edit what I got and record some stuff tomorrow. But
Sweepy is raw.
Yep.
Casey is Sweepy.
Yep.
You know, man, if Drew didn't have all that stuff privated, and we actually did an LTS tomorrow, I was thinking of going through, like scrubbing through some stuff and like getting some of your like fucking most classic derailed clips.
Sucks. I don't know why he privated them. At least he didn't delete them. That would be the worst if he deleted them, you know?
Nah, I don't think he would delete them. That would be really disrespectful to everybody that helped him build the foundation to that channel.
I don't think it'd be disrespectful. It would suck because, I mean,
Tiny Man, tell me how to get that Epic ID so I can give it to you.
But at least he had them private. He had them saved. But let's go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll see you guys another time, and probably next Saturday is Raw, and Less Than Serious a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, the next episode 88, will be on March 24th, and then after that will be episode 89 should line up for night 2 of WrestleMania.
So, if nothing else, you ready to wrap this up for the night?
Yep.
We're headed
Boy,
to
been
4
ready.
hours. 4 hours. See, ever since going to Saturdays, I'm willing to stay longer and start earlier. I feel like it's easier to go longer because if I start at 9 and it goes to or even 10, it's like I feel like you hit midnight, I'm like ready to go to bed. But I'd like to thank Charles from Video Game XD, the Rose coming by, and I appreciate everyone in the chat coming by and wishing me a happy birthday and just coming in and say hi. So for the Rose, I am Casey is Raw, and we're gonna take off. So you guys have a good night, and we're gonna get the hell out of here.
You're getting the hell out of here. I'm not. I'm going to be playing a little more Rocket League
You guys have
for
a
at
good
least
night.
another hour or so.
Oh yeah. All right. You guys want to watch the Rose play gameplay? Go over to this channel. So I'm gonna tell you right now, Rose. I'm about to hit the outro. So you're gonna hear some music. So see you guys.
Epic friend. Okay. I don't hear shit, Casey.